after halftime. Kelly Oubre Jr., 6'7", ninth year out of Kansas, 10 points in game one. But when he was the primary defender on Jalen Brunson, Brunson shot 2 for 4 and committed 3 turnovers. Tobias Harris, 6'8", 13th year out of Tennessee. He battled foul trouble in game one, 7 points in 31 minutes, but also grabbed a team-high 9 rebounds. And in the middle, Joel Embiid, 7 feet, 8th year out of Kansas, played 36 minutes in game one on Saturday, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and was 11 for 12 from the free throw line. Nick Nurse is Philadelphia's head coach, now a career 25-17 record in the postseason with Toronto and Philadelphia. Same starters for the Knicks, 50-32 during the regular season, now 28-14 at home after game one. Jalen Brunson leads the way, 6'2", 6th year out of Villanova. He had 22 points on Saturday, and in 5 games against the Sixers this year, Brunson is averaging 22.2 points per contest. Dante DiVincenzo, 6'5", 6th year out of Villanova, 8 points on Saturday in 25 minutes. Stayed on the bench in the fourth quarter when Deuce McBride got hot. The fewest minutes DiVincenzo has played since January 27th. That was the game when Julius Randle got hurt. Josh Hart, 6'4", in his 7th year out of Villanova, one of the game one heroes. 22 points and 13 rebounds, 4 for 8 from downtown. He had not made 4 threes in a game all season until game number 1. OG Anunoby, 6'7", 7th year out of Indiana. He was a -5 on Saturday, the first time in 24 games as a Knick. He was on the minus side of the plus-minus ledger, but he hit a huge three-pointer with 1:28 left to put the Knicks up by 7. And in the middle, Isaiah Hartenstein, 7'1", 6th year from Germany, 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists in 18 minutes in game number 1. And the head coach of the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau, picked up his 8th playoff win as the Knicks head coach on Saturday, which is now tied for 5th in franchise history. So as the Knicks starting lineup is introduced to this fired-up Madison Square Garden crowd, Monica, let's talk about Game 2 adjustments. They are always so important in a 7-game series. Now, the Knicks won Game 1, as we know, but they would love to get Jalen Brunson going tonight. He scored 22 points, but he was 8 for 26 from the field against this Sixers defense.
So I think one of the things you got to do early to help Jalen Brunson get going is to give him opportunity to get off the ball. So much of what he's done has to be done in isolation basketball. And Kelly Oubre, frankly, who started on him in Game 1, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts on him again defensively in Game 2, is leaning into that matchup, right? And so I think the Knicks need to do a better job of helping Jalen get into rhythm off the basketball. They have to set crisper actions a little bit earlier, and I would frankly put Joel Embiid in that pick and roll. Really see, can he move laterally? Because even if it doesn't lead to a shot for Jalen early, Isaiah Hartenstein has been terrific scoring in that pick and roll as well.
We're getting set for the opening tip. It is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the brand new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Our officials tonight, John Goebel is the crew chief. He works with Courtney Kirkland and Gediminas Petritis. And the Knicks, sporting their statement edition uniforms, navy blue with orange trim and lettering, New York in orange straight across the chest. Philly goes with their statement edition unis, which they also wore on Saturday night, a vibrant red with blue trim, Phila, P-H-I-L-A, written in script in white with blue trim across the chest. It will be Joel Embiid and Isaiah Hartenstein jumping it up as the Let's Go Knicks chants begin. And we are ready to begin game number 2. John Goebel, the crew chief, steps in between the two starting centers, tosses the ball up. The tap is controlled by the Knicks, and OG Anunoby saves it into the front court. It's run down by DiVincenzo, and we're underway. DiVincenzo has it between the circles. Maxey guarding him to start. Oubre is matched up with Brunson. Brunson coming around a screen on the left wing. Squares up against Oubre. 8 seconds to shoot. Here's a Hartenstein screen. Brunson, top of the key jumper, off the back of the rim. Hartenstein an offensive rebound, but his outlet pass is stolen by Lowry. Here's Lowry across the timeline, brings it center of the court. Oubre gets a step on Hartenstein, blocked by Hartenstein against the backboard. Batted around inside. Embiid has it knocked away by Anunoby and picked up by DiVincenzo, who is fouled in the backcourt by Kelly Oubre Jr.
One small detail to note early in this ball game, Pat. Embiid with multiple jumps, quick off the ground, trying to get to that offensive rebound. Remember, in the second half of game one, he didn't want any part of jumping or contact after tweaking that knee.
Of course, the biggest storyline that hovers over this series right now is the health of the reigning regular season MVP, Joel Embiid. So Knicks ball. Each team scoreless on its first possession. DiVincenzo guarded tightly by Maxey. A step or two inside midcourt. DiVincenzo a couple dribbles. Now gives it to Hartenstein, who gives it right back to DiVincenzo on the right wing. And there's a foul against the Knicks. It's an offensive foul, an illegal screen against Isaiah Hartenstein.
So Dante DiVincenzo hesitated for just a second as Jalen Brunson was curling off of the right wing in toward the paint. That's one of the actions that we talked about in terms of helping Jalen get going, and that hesitation cost the opening in terms of making that pass.
Chance of defense here at the Garden. Minute gone by, we're still scoreless. Maxey pops free, fires a three. Left side of the arc is good, and the Sixers are on the board first.
This is why you can't read too much into under the weather or illness. Tyrese Maxey is a soldier and going to power through to the best of his ability.
Game high 33 points in game one. Here's Maxey up on DiVincenzo again. Anunoby pops out, right wing, brings it to the foul line, bounce pass inside. Hartenstein, one power dribble, now gives it to Brunson running the baseline. Brunson in the right corner. He's picked up on a switch by Embiid. Step back, three-pointer over Embiid, grazes the front of the rim. Long rebound chased down by Maxey, and the Sixers have some numbers as two Knicks fell down. Here's Lowry, back to Maxey, right wing, lines up a three. He's 2 for 2, and the Sixers lead 6-0.
Maxey's got a whole bunch of IV fluid, I'm sure, and energy flowing through him. Isaiah Hartenstein bobbled that basketball. He had a good look at a reverse in front of Joel Embiid.
Hartenstein and Hart fell down. We're slow to get back as a result. Here's Anunoby working from the right wing. Up top, Hart, no hesitation on his three-pointer. That's off the side of the rim. Harris, the rebound. Knicks still looking for their first point. Just over 2 minutes gone by. Harris drives on DiVincenzo. Left-hand shot, no good. It's knocked out of bounds off of the Knicks with 9:50 to go here in the first. Knicks trailing 6-0.
Knicks familiar with these cooler starts. We're going to go with cool start as opposed to a slow start. It's still only a 6-point ball game. They've got looks.
They're going to inbound, the Sixers will, on the baseline. 14 seconds to shoot. Maxey now 3 for 3 from downtown. An off-balance three-pointer from the corner in front of the Sixers bench, and they lead 9-0. Here's Brunson as the Knicks look to respond. Brunson crossover dribble on Oubre. Picks it up. Cross-court pass on the bounce to Hart. Hands it to DiVincenzo. Knocked out of bounds off of his leg. Sixers ball.
All right, Knicks looking a little flat to start this one. I'm okay with missing shots and getting clean looks, but I think being sloppy with the basketball just won't do.
Philly took a 13-point lead late in the first quarter in game one on Saturday. That was their largest of the night. Right now they're up 9-0. 9.5 to play in the first. Embiid working from the left elbow. Brunson shows a double at him. Now Embiid one-on-one with Hartenstein. A couple of jab steps, fires a fallback jumper, comes up short. Hart grabs the rebound. Hart crosses over Lowry into the front court. Still going coast to coast right at Embiid and finishes over the big man.
We saw this in game one. Josh Hart was the only guy that truly went at the rim in earnest, unafraid and undeterred by the presence of Joel Embiid. That gets the lid off the rim for the Knicks.
Knicks on the board, 9-2. 8:55 to go in the first. Here's Oubre right wing. Brunson chases him. Top of the key. Embiid pump fake. Now he fires 17 feet away, knocks down the jumper, and it's 11-2.
Embiid has great touch, but as you watch him jog back, Pat, he is not moving well at all.
Not sure if I accurately called that a jumper. He didn't actually leave the floor. It's 11-2 nonetheless. Knicks down by 9. Brunson around a hard screen, right side of the arc. Oubre on his hip. Brunson fires the floater, comes up short. Rebound batted. Harris taps it to himself into the front court. Harris drives at Hart into the right corner. Out to Maxey. His three-pointer no good. He rushed that one, knocked out of bounds off of Philly.
To start the ball game, I thought the Knicks were relatively poised. They just didn't hit some shots that were quality looks. The last two possessions to me have been a little bit frenetic. This is really going to be a dance for Jalen Brunson to get into a rhythm and not be forced into bad shots pressing.
He's 0 for his first three, still scoreless. Knicks trail 11-2. DiVincenzo on the right side, the pass to Hartenstein. Hartenstein hands to DiVincenzo, finds himself open and knocks down the three.
And the confusion between Jalen Brunson, deliberate, not confusion on the part of the Knicks, but they created confusion for the defense because the two of them are cutting toward that screen by Hartenstein, and the defense couldn't decide who to guard.
First field goal is good for Dante DiVincenzo tonight. Harris can't answer with a three of his own. Knicks down 11-5, 7:40 to go in the first. DiVincenzo off the rebound into the front court, driving on Maxey. Slip pass inside. Hart hangs in the air but can't finish, and the rebound is grabbed by Embiid. Here's Maxey on the right wing. Harris Euro step to the basket. He finishes. It's 13-5 Philly.
Fast break points was one of my keys for the Knicks, but so far, and very early in this ball game, but it's actually the Sixers looking to get going in the transition.
Knicks had the edge in fast break points in game one, but most of that damage was done in the first half as Brunson gets free. The ball is knocked out of his hands, and a late whistle by Courtney Kirkland calling the foul against Kyle Lowry and the Sixers. And Lowry, very animated, wants his longtime head coach Nick Nurse to challenge.
Seems early for a challenge, even if that is accurate. It's kind of risky.
That'll put Brunson at the line. Nurse appears comfortable keeping that challenge in his pocket as Jalen Brunson tries to get on the board.
I appreciate how emphatic and convicted Kyle Lowry was, but also the discipline by Nick Nurse not to go for it.
There's an interesting three-man conversation going on with Lowry, Courtney Kirkland, and Tom Thibodeau as Brunson hits the first free throw. 13-6, Brunson's first point of the night, 7:06 to go in the first here in game two at the Garden. Knicks 2 for 7 from the field to start. Brunson had 22 points, was 1 for 6 from downtown on Saturday, but he was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Misses the second, long off the back of the rim. Brunson goes 1 for 2. Knicks trail 13-6 with 7 minutes to go in the first. Here's Maxey on the left wing, stops his dribble up top for Embiid. One dribble, hands it back to Maxey, who's guarded by Anunoby. Lob pass into the post for Embiid. He wants to go to work on Hartenstein. Anunoby shows a double team, steps through. Oubre's floater from the dotted circle is good, and it's 15-6.
The Knicks were in a fantastic trap. Kelly Oubre cut to the open spot and really bailed them out on what was about to be an empty possession with just under 4 seconds to go.
This equals Philly's largest lead so far. They scored the first 9 points of the game. Here's Hart on the left wing. Couple of dribbles, hands it to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, crossover dribble into a three-pointer, left wing, knocks it down, and he's 2 for 2 from downtown.
Dante DiVincenzo struggled with his rhythm in game one. In game two, that does not seem to be the case, cutting this Knicks lead to 6.
Oubre working on Brunson, right side pass Harris, guarded loosely by Hart. Nearly midway through the first quarter, Knicks are down by 6. Shovel pass up top, Lowry, deep three-pointer, too strong, off the back of the rim. Anunoby swoops in for the rebound. Here come the Knicks with Brunson using a Hartenstein screen into a three-pointer, right side, too strong, and Embiid grabs the rebound.
So prior to that possession, the Knicks had gotten Jalen Brunson off the ball, and Dante DiVincenzo was orchestrating the early offense. That seemed to be effective.
5:43 to go, first quarter, 15-9 Philly. Maxey circling near the top of the arc, picked up by Hartenstein on a switch. Now they dump it into Embiid, backing in on Anunoby. His pass is deflected into the hands of Maxey, who's fouled by DiVincenzo on the pass out, and that'll bring us to a timeout on the floor.
I think this is a welcome timeout if you're the Knicks. You shook off the early drearies in terms of struggling to find a flow in this ball game. It gets going courtesy of the one fast break basket that the Knicks have scored. Josh Hart attacking the rim. But defensively, we talked about containing role players, and of course you got to watch out for Tyrese Maxey. The Knicks got to wake up and get those cylinders clicking a little faster defensively.
It's the first foul against Dante DiVincenzo and the first team foul against the Knickerbockers. So with 5:31 to go in the first quarter, Philadelphia leads the Knicks 15-9. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey everyone, this is Rick Kamla from Give and Go on NBA Radio. When Milwaukee Bucks power forward Bobby Portis joined the show, he explained why he has Doc Rivers back.
Doc unlocked a whole new player in me for real, giving me the opportunity to have more responsibility, just the belief in me to be Bobby, man. He unlocked a whole new BP, man, and I'm grateful for him.
To hear the full interview with Bobby Portis or any of our interviews you might have missed, check them out anytime on the SiriusXM app by searching NBA Radio.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are on top of the women's college basketball world yet again.
Perfection for South Carolina. 38 games, 38 wins.
We're reacting to the perfect season and talking to the biggest names right here on Channel 374.
Congratulations, Coach Saley. What does this particular title mean to you?
This title is pretty special because it was unexpected.
Keep it locked into SiriusXM SEC Radio as we continue to break it all down and celebrate the Gamecocks' third national title.
There is no competition in soccer quite like the UEFA Champions League. And it's on SiriusXM FC.
Kylian Mbappe delivering when it matters most.
The stakes are higher now in the knockout stage, where one goal can transform a club's trajectory.
Jude Bellingham's driving, scores!
And one performance can turn a star into an immortal.
Harry Kane finishes off the game.
It's the Champions League knockout stage, and all the top matches are on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Get ready for the 2024 NFL Draft on SiriusXM NFL Radio.
Touchdown, Caleb Williams.
Catch exclusive interviews with the top prospects as they begin their journey to the NFL. And hear pick-by-pick coverage of the 2024 Draft from Detroit.
With the first pick, the Chicago Bears select.
Your home for the 2024 NFL Draft is SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
And we're back here at Madison Square Garden. 5:31 to go in the first quarter. Sixers off to another quick start, this time in game 2. Lead the Knicks 15-9. A quick start, Monica, for Tyrese Maxey, who's already got 3 3-pointers as the Knicks offense looks to get going.
Yeah, and Tyrese Maxey has been a solid three-point shooter throughout the regular season, so not really a surprise there. You do hope that he cools, though, if you're the New York Knicks. 2 of those looks, in my mind, though, Pat, have been frankly wide open, and that's where the Knicks defense just has to be a little bit more alert. We've seen, frankly, for the last 6 games or so, that they take a little rev-up time. It seems to be a little bit of a theme, and so with this ball game now cut to just a 6-point lead for the Sixers, I think they're starting to get it going.
And obviously, in game number 1, that rev-up was provided by the Knicks bench. Here tonight, it's Nick Nurse going to his bench first. Buddy Hield, who had a very quiet game number 1, along with Nico Batum, replaced Kyle Lowry and Kelly Oubre Jr.
There was a quad of 4 role players for this Sixer squad that were just 7 of 20, and head coach Nick Nurse said they got to give this team something.
He was pretty candid about that when he spoke with us before the game. Here's Maxey trying to break free of Hartenstein, no good. Embiid battling inside, loose ball rebound. Embiid picks it up, flips it at the basket, and is fouled by Hartenstein, and that'll be number 2 on the Knicks starting center.
While Joel Embiid is not moving up and down the court with any speed, frankly, he is getting up and down in terms of jumping when it comes to rebounds.
The ovation you hear is for Mitchell Robinson, one of the stars of game 1. Robinson at the scorer's table right now, about to check in for Hartenstein after Embiid's first free throw attempt. How good was Mitchell Robinson on Saturday night? 8 points. That's a bonus the way he played, but 12 rebounds and 4 block shots.
Oh, I gave him 13 rebounds earlier in the pregame. That's right, he and Josh were tied at 12 until Hart got that final rebound and sealed the deal.
Here's Robinson checking in. Embiid missed his first free throw in and out after he went 11 for 12 from the line in game 1. So another attempt for Embiid. Knicks trail 15-9 with 5:19 to go in the first. Robinson, the first bench player in the game for the Knicks. Embiid's second free throw is good, and the Knicks are down by 7. So with Kelly Oubre Jr. on the bench, it's Nico Batum guarding Jalen Brunson. Batum is 6'8", 35 years old, from France. Here's Hart, guarded loosely by Hield. A couple dribbles between the circles. Anunoby trying to pop out free. Instead, they go to Robinson in the high post. Robinson, 1 dribble, hands to Hart. 3 seconds to shoot. Hart from the right baseline. Fall-away jumper, rattles home.
Josh Hart being the guy that's bringing some energy on both sides of the floor. Dante DiVincenzo's also gotten going from scoring, though.
Embiid knocks down to 3 over Robinson from the top of the arc, and the Sixers lead 19-11. 4:38 to go in the first. Brunson into the front court, gets around Batum. Now he drives at Embiid. Fall back jumper, baseline right side is good, and Brunson's first field goal of the game.
Nico Batum presents the same length as Kelly Oubre. Not sure it's quite the same mentality.
Another three by Embiid. This one is too strong off the backboard and rim. Rebounded by DiVincenzo, a sprint into the front court, knocked out of his hands and stolen by Harris. Knicks down 6 with 4:08 to go in the first. Harris drives at Anunoby, drives around him, comes up short. Rebound tapped into the hands of Brunson.
Throughout the regular season, OG Anunoby has done a good job guarding Harris.
Brunson from the foul line area now backs out near midcourt. He's got a matchup with Buddy Hield, so he goes to work on him. Crossover on Hield, spin move. Steps through in the paint a couple of times and kicks it out to Hart. 6 seconds to shoot. Hart has it on the right side. One-on-one with Harris. Hart drives at him again, poked away from behind and out of bounds by Harris. And Embiid ran into Josh Hart. There's 1.8 seconds to go. Hart hit the floor, but quickly popped back up onto his feet.
I mean, there's a little bit of an extra follow-through here on Joel Embiid. I do think he's losing his balance as you hear the Garden crowd reacting to what they believe was a shove.
And Monica, they're going to take a look at this.
Rightfully so. I mean, this is contact very close to the head and neck area. Catches Josh right below his chin.
Hostile act, it's under review.
So John Goebel, the crew chief, signals that they will go to the monitor to take a look to see if there was a hostile act on the part of Joel Embiid.
I think, partner, as we watch this replay a couple of times here on Garden Vision, Joel Embiid is racing to disrupt Hart's attack. Hears the whistle and realizes that this is about to be too much. I'm really curious on how this one is going to get officiated because Josh Hart is leveled no matter the intention.
Obviously, the Madison Square Garden crowd, somewhat partisan, feels one way about this.
Just a little bit, you think?
So John Goebel and Courtney Kirkland are at the review monitor right now. Gedimitis Petritis, our third official. One other game going on right now in Cleveland. The Cavaliers, a 44-31 lead over Orlando with 6.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. And the late game of the three on the docket tonight will be in Denver, where the defending champs host the Lakers at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So in the 8-game ones over the weekend, the home team was victorious every time.
Upon review, the dead ball contact was deemed marginal as both players were converging at the same point. There's no penalty on the play.
So no additional penalty against Joel Embiid. Now the Knicks have possession of the basketball, but there is 1.8 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Yeah, this is probably something that's going to be a catch and shoot. Possibly one dribble and a pull-up, either going toward the rim or you got one of your shooters coming off cleanly. Now, while that call didn't go in the favor of the Knicks, I do think that it could be a little bit of a tone setter.
So Brunson will inbound on the baseline. Adjacent to the Knicks bench, Deuce McBride is checked in for the first time, replacing DiVincenzo. Brunson looking, bounces into Anunoby, fall away jumper, in and out. Batum taps the rebound and it's picked up by Embiid.
Gosh, that basketball just refused to follow through the net.
Embiid coast to coast, Euro step around Robinson, and he's fouled as he falls to the floor and pops right back up. So Joel Embiid back to the free throw line, 3:31 to go in the first, and the Knicks trailing 19-13.
Similar to what we saw in game one, Embiid starting to warm up a little bit and find some comfort in attacking the rim off balance.
Embiid with 6 points and already with 6 rebounds, as the Sixers have done a nice job on the board so far, out rebounding the Knicks 12-7 as Embiid hits the first.
What do they say about series, Pat? It doesn't start till the road team gets a victory?
Well, Knicks fans certainly hoping that this series doesn't start tonight in that case.
Yeah, but like we said, I mean, you came on our broadcast pointing out the drastic ebbs and flows of game one. And so familiar territory. Coach Tom Thibodeau joked pregame that, we'd rather play from ahead. But, Knicks like to sprinkle a little bit of difficulty on things.
Mentioned the rebounding numbers, 12-7 right now in favor of Philly. Knicks out-rebounded the Sixers 55-33 in game one. Embiid misses the second. Hart grabs the rebound, takes it all the way up court, knocked out of his hands by Embiid, and it's out of bounds off of Josh Hart.
That's the third time that the ball has been stripped from a Knicks player on the way toward the rim.
Back to Philly. Lowry back in and replaces Maxey. Hield across the timeline, guarded loosely by Brunson, hands it to Embiid at the top of the arc. Right back to Hield on the right wing. Couple dribbles towards the top of the key. Hield, left wing pass Lowry. Bojan Bogdanovic is checked in. He guards Lowry. They dump it into Embiid on the left block. Spins on Robinson, stops his dribble. Reverse layup, no good. The follow is good by Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid is having to establish position away from the paint versus Mitchell Robinson, which is a good initial step as a defender by Robinson, but he uses that great footwork on the baseline that time.
Knicks down 9. Here's Brunson underneath the basket, leaves his feet, kicks it up top for Bogdanovic. Goes around Batum on the drive, fall back 10 feet away, too strong off the back of the rim. Hield the rebound. 2:38 to go in the first, 22-13 Philly. Embiid, hesitation, dribble, now kicks it out. Lowry, left wing, three-pointer, front rim, no. Bogdanovic grabs the board. 2.5 to play in the first. Bogdanovic around a Robinson screen, now gives it to Robinson at the top of the arc. Looks to switch courts, backdoor pass is not connected. Brunson trying to pull it free and does. Kicks it out to Bogdanovic, right corner three, Hart knocks it down.
The grit on Jalen Brunson's face as he fought for that basketball in that scrum, refusing to have another Knicks turnover.
22-16, timeout Philadelphia. The Knicks are back within 6.
This is going to be another physical basketball game. If the lineups don't change coming out of this timeout, though, Pat, I'd be curious to see Deuce McBride run a little bit more of the one spot. Kelly Oubre is back to guarding Jalen Brunson, so it's imperative that Jalen have the opportunity to get involved in some actions to create distance. And then once he can get free a little bit, you can trust his shot making or shot selection and his ability to find his teammates.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Join longtime NBA player Eddie Johnson and Justin Termini on NBA Today for the best basketball talk every weekday afternoon from 4 to 7 Eastern on Sirius XM NBA Radio, Channel 86.
And the timeout for Philadelphia with 2:03 to go in the first quarter. Sixers lead the Knicks 22-16. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $329 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Rogue. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Well-qualified lessees. 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $34.89 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 4/30/24.
NBA fans looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private, state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. ThriveWell, saving lives, drip by drip.
If you have experience working with young people, there are many who need your experience. Become a youth development specialist where you'll supervise and support young people in detention. It's challenging and rewarding. It's a union job with a $51,000 starting salary. It's using your life experience to make a positive impact on the lives of young New Yorkers. NYC residency not required. Apply to become a youth development specialist today at nyc.gov/YDS.
Back here at the Garden, Game 2, and the Knicks trailed the 76ers 22-16 with 2:03 to go in the first quarter. And Monica, the last couple trips down court, thanks largely to the long ball, the Knicks are starting to get going offensively.
Yeah, it's still a little clunky, if we're honest. The last three by Josh Hart is assisted by, no, it's actually a hockey assist by Jalen Brunson once he ripped it from the claws of the Sixers defense in the heart of the paint. Our terrific engineer, Gary, just posed a great question. Why aren't we getting a little high alley-oop type action with Mitchell Robinson? What I will say of the Sixers defense is even though Joel Embiid doesn't move great, if you're not rolling hard, he is in drop, so he is taking up space.
Sixers ball out of the timeout. Embiid fires a three and knocks it down from the top of the arc, and Philly's lead is back up to 9.
Not having to jump much on those jump shots for sure, but finding good success is Joel Embiid.
25-16. Knicks trail. Brunson around a screen, picked up by Hield, just left of the arc. Crossover dribble, now spin move. Step back, 14-footer, no good off the back of the rim. Oubre grabs a one-handed rebound. Quick outlet pass to Lowry. Sixers look to push. Now they wait for Embiid to join them. Hands it to Oubre, gets around Hart. Down the lane, floats it up. No good off the front of the rim. Hart grabs the rebound, looking to push again. Has Bogdanovic and Brunson on his left. Here's Brunson around Batum, into the corner. Bogdanovic's three, no good. Hart grabs the offensive rebound out to Brunson. Fakes the three. Right baseline pull-up jumper is good.
Josh Hart on the glass. Josh Hart on the glass defensively and offensively, right? Second chance opportunity, but also pushing the basketball to beat that Sixers defense down.
25-18. Knicks down 7. Final minute of the first quarter. Embiid against Robinson. Knocked out of his hands, but it rolls right to Lowry. Gives it back to Embiid. Turns and faces on Robinson from the left elbow. Embiid hesitation dribble. Spins towards the paint. Fall away jumper off the back of the rim. Bogdanovic taps the rebound. Picked up by Hart. Knicks have numbers as Lowry fell down. Cross-court pass. McBride. He lines up a three. It's an air ball. Batum, though, couldn't handle it. It goes out of bounds. And they say Philadelphia ball. The Knicks bench is going to challenge this. It looks like Nico Batum touched the ball before it went out of bounds.
It is not an official challenge, but just enough irate demonstration of what are you doing, which had the officials realize the mistake they were about to make.
Which is even better. Tom Thibodeau gave the challenge signal, but none was needed as the officials converge. So 36.1 seconds remain in the first. It's 25-18 Sixers. And it looks like it will be Knicks basketball. Now they're going to take a look at the clock because it was an air ball by Deuce McBride, so the shot clock should not reset.
Deuce McBride has not hit a three so far in this one. He's only gotten one up. It's Josh Hart who's 1 of 2 and is the only Knick that has connected from the three-point line so far. Nope, I correct myself. Dante DiVincenzo early in the ball game hit 2 back-to-back from either wing. I was there, y'all, I promise.
And you're here still.
Right.
Just the game clock and shot clock in terms of the last possession.
So they want to make sure they get that right. Garden crowd getting a little antsy here. 17 seconds on the shot clock. The game clock remains at 36.1. So Knicks ball on the inbound. It's Brunson from the baseline to Robinson, who gives it back to Brunson on the right side. Circles, pulls up dotted circle off the mark. Batum grabs the rebound. Brunson's 2 for 8 from the field. Lowry ahead to Oubre, drives at Bogdanovic and Hart, can't finish in traffic. Bogdanovic taps the rebound out to Brunson. Shot clock is off. Knicks can hold for the final one of the quarter, down by 7. It's Hield guarding Brunson. A step inside the midcourt line. Brunson with his back to Hield, dribbling it with the left hand. Bumped by Hield. That's the foul to give for Philadelphia. So the Knicks will inbound with 10 seconds left in the quarter. The Knicks also have 1 foul to give should they need it. Tobias Harris checks back in for Buddy Hield for this final defensive possession as Kelly Oubre makes his way towards Jalen Brunson for the defensive assignment. So Brunson will inbound, front court, left side to McBride. Fakes the handoff to Brunson. McBride drives, left side, fall away, tough shot, no good. Rebound picked up by Embiid, and he throws the ball to himself and travels.
Definitely traveled.
Embiid is protesting that call vehemently, still holding the ball against his left hip, and finally hands it to the official, Courtney Kirkland. So the Knicks will have a good chance here. A front court inbound with 3.3 seconds to go in the quarter. Brunson's going to inbound, left side again, about 35 feet from the basket. Guarded by Oubre, lobs it into Bogdanovic. Couple dribbles, floats it up, and it was knocked out of bounds. It looked like it was an ill-timed alley-oop attempt. Anyway, the first quarter comes to an end without the Knicks getting off a shot, and they trail by 7.
The first part of that side out of bounds play was executed so well until the confusing alley-oop floater? We're unclear on what that last shot was.
Well, there was the alley. There wasn't the roller for the oop. Either way, 1 quarter in the books here at the Garden, and the 76ers lead the Knicks 25-18. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
And the MSG Radio Network.
Hey everyone, this is Rick Kamla from Give and Go on NBA Radio. When Milwaukee Bucks power forward Bobby Portis joined the show, he explained why he has Doc Rivers back.
Doc unlocked a whole new player in me, for real, giving me the opportunity to have more responsibility, just the belief in me to be Bobby, man. He unlocked a whole new BP, man, and I'm grateful for him.
To hear the full interview with Bobby Portis or any of our interviews you might have missed, check them out anytime on the SiriusXM app by searching NBA Radio.
Scottie Scheffler, for the second time in 3 years, is the Masters champion.
The Masters tournament is over. Next up, the best players in the world head to Valhalla Golf Club for the PGA Championship.
Brooks Koepka is the winner of the 105th PGA Championship.
PGA Championship Radio returns this May on Channel 92 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
We're talking college basketball on ACC Today.
Great run for NC State men's basketball. The story of this team is one I don't think anybody will forget.
They were able to accomplish a lot. They captured the hearts and the minds of the nation. DJ Burns became an absolute star nationally. I love it.
ACC Today, weekdays from 8 to 11 a.m. Eastern. ACC Radio, Channel 371, and the SiriusXM app.
The most important person in sports is you, the fan.
Let me tell you something. I'm a real fan.
And your place for sports talk is Mad Dog Sports Radio, where your voice is heard all day long.
I couldn't wait to get into the truck, turn on 82.
Share the thrill of victory.
The joy, the jubilation. I can't stop smiling.
And the agony of defeat.
When is this franchise going to realize people really care about this?
Passionate sports fans call 888-MAD-DOG-6.
You gotta love sports.
Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Back here at Madison Square Garden as we get set for the start of the second quarter. Knicks trail the 76ers 25-18. Knicks shoot 33% from the field in the first. Philly was 5 for 10 from downtown, helping lead to their 7-point advantage. A lot of Knicks stars from the past in the building once again tonight, including number 7, Carmelo Anthony, receiving a nice ovation from the Madison Square Garden crowd. Stars abound tonight. Chris Rock and Ben Stiller a moment ago. Latrell Sprewell is also here. But as for the Knicks shooting, Jalen Brunson 2 for 8 in that first quarter. Still looking to get on track here in the series.
Yeah, and of those 8, only 2 I felt like weren't good shots. And even then, when I say not good shots, there are shots that he's capable of hitting, but shots that I think you could feel that he's pressing, trying to find his way versus this Philadelphia 76ers team. I'm confident that he's going to find his way, even if it means he's not the scorer that we're accustomed to. But what I will say won't work, Pat, in this one is the Knicks just have literally 1 basket in the paint, 2 points in the paint. They cannot fear this Philadelphia 76ers defense.
Joel Embiid is on the bench to begin the second quarter, so important minutes for the Knicks. We'll see if they can take advantage. Paul Reed in there as the backup center. Oubre in the front court picks up his dribble between the circles, dumps it into the high post. Harris, turnaround jumper over Hart, knocks it down, and the Knicks trail by 9.
Jalen Brunson is guarding Buddy Hield. That is a point of note because Buddy Hield is literally running all over the floor a la Rip Hamilton 2008, and so just think about the wear and tear for Jalen.
And it's Kelly Oubre guarding Jalen Brunson again. Now Maxey switches on to him. Brunson from the foul line, spin move, and a whistle from the outside official. It's a foul against Tyrese Maxey.
Tom Thibodeau talked a little pregame about the matchup things. He was asked about DiVincenzo's minutes in Game 1, and he talks about matchups. This, leaving Brunson on the floor despite Joel Embiid not being on the floor, is a matchup ploy, again, hoping to get number 11 going.
Brunson and Hart, the 2 starters out there, with Robinson, McBride, and Bogdanovich, the Knicks bench unit in Game 1 and again tonight. Here's Brunson between the circles, 4 seconds to shoot. Drives at Oubre from the foul line. Step back, 16-foot fall away, too strong. Rebounded by Harris. Minute gone by in the second, 27-18, Philadelphia leads. Harris from the right wing, backing in against Hart. Now he circles towards the foul line, gives it to Hield, a quick release 3 from the top, off the back of the rim. Brunson grabs the rebound. Third rebound for Jalen Brunson, brings it into the front court where he's picked up by Maxey. Cross court for Hart, hands to Bogdanovich. His three off the front of the rim. Swooping in for the rebound is Maxey.
Bogdanovich shot that one hopefully a little bit. You got to shoot the basketball with confidence.
Dante DiVincenzo, speaking of shooting with confidence, on his way to the scorer's table as Maxey misfires a three from the left wing. McBride the rebound, outlet to Hart, center of the court. Brunson flaring out on the right side. Fakes and goes around Harris, flips it up, and he is fouled by Tobias Harris on the shot attempt.
I couldn't hear the whistle for a second, partner, and I'm not going to lie. I was about to have an outburst, not quite appropriate for a broadcaster, because that was a whole lot of contact.
So Jalen Brunson back to the line. He's 1 for 2 there tonight, 5 points in 14 minutes.
This is going to be an ongoing story, right? How he is guarded by these Sixers, what are the challenges that they present, and how the Knicks can do a better job of supporting him.
First free throw for Brunson is good. DiVincenzo still at the scorer's table as he will check in for Brunson.
I still say that in spurts, the Knicks, just like that previous possession, should look to get Brunson off the ball.
Brunson knocks them both down. It's 27-20. Knicks down 7 with 10:22 to go in the second.
Deuce McBride is guarding Tyrese Maxey, another matchup worthy of noting.
Bogdanovich on Oubre, who brings it up court. Run off on a screen, now up top for Maxey. Drives at McBride. Floater is good in the paint. Knicks down by 9, hard in the front court on the right side, picked up by Harris. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Bogdanovich pops free near the top of the key. Bounces it out to Hart, cross-court McBride on the left wing. Maxey guards McBride, now Harris switches on to him. McBride trying to penetrate, flips it up with the left hand and finishes off the glass.
He does a really good job going to the left and getting that ball high up off the glass so that even when he's guarded by bigger defenders, they can't get to it.
29-22, 9:40 to go in the second. Maxey pestered by McBride on the right side of the front court. And Oubre is fouled by Bogdanovich, a reach-in just inside midcourt. It comes with 9:36 to go in the second.
That was light. Can't say it wasn't a foul, but that was light on the catch. It's one of those hot stove touches with a little bit of extra oomph.
It's the Knicks' first team foul of the quarter. Jalen Brunson goes to the bench for the first time, replaced by DiVincenzo. So Josh Hart and DiVincenzo, the two Knicks starters on the floor.
Kelly Oubre Jr. takes a seat as well for the Sixers.
Getting a rest with Brunson on the bench. He's been his primary assignment so far this series. Here's Maxey on the left wing, one-on-one with Hart, steps back into a three-pointer and knocks it down, and the Sixers lead by 10.
Tyrese Maxey is having an outstanding ball game from the three-point line.
4 for 6 from downtown. This is Philly's largest lead of the night so far, 32-22, with 9:08 to play in the second. McBride drives on Maxey, kicks it out, but first a reach-in foul against Philadelphia, and that'll be their third team foul. It's on Buddy Hield.
So on the flip side, though, for the Knicks defensively, I'm going to say it's about 50%, 50-50, Maxey creating off the bounce for himself versus the catch and shoot out of actions.
Inbound to Robinson, hands to Bogdanovich, looks to drive, now kicks it up to Hart. Just left side of the arc, fires away, knocks down a three-pointer.
I wonder how long before the Sixers make adjustments in terms of contesting Josh Hart for real.
He was 4 for 8 from downtown in game 1. He's 2 for 3 tonight. First Knick in double figures with 10 points. In the left corner, Hield's three, no good off the front of the rim. Hart the rebound, outlet to DiVincenzo, right wing, pump fake, dribbles back out and hands to McBride. Now McBride a crossover dribble against Hield, uses a Robinson screen. Foul line, pull up, dotted circle, knocks it down, and the Knicks are back within 5.
Is the deuce loose again? This was the same combination of the second unit guys. I won't say it was the exact same, but remember it was the second unit guys that really turned the tide in game 1.
Maxey drives at Hart and gets the roll inside the paint. Another tough finish for Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, he's having a fantastic night, reminding you of his first All-Star campaign this particular season, probably the front runner for most improved as well.
A finalist for that award, as it was announced this week. Here's Bogdanovich, right corner, no good on the 3 attempt. Maxey the rebound, chased down by McBride as he brings it across the timeline. 7:50 to go, second quarter, 34-27 Philadelphia. Here's Maxey picked up by McBride, steps back into a deep three-pointer and hits the front of the rim. Rebound, though, tapped to Buddy Hield, who's wide open and knocks down the layup.
You had two Knicks and DiVincenzo and Hart right there at that rebound.
Here's Hart splitting the defenders, stripped out of his hands and out of bounds off the knee of Josh Hart.
That is the fourth time that has happened. I can count two of those belonging to Josh Hart, but gosh, feels like there's contact as you see this again. Ooh, there's a lot of contact, Pat, as Tobias Harris reaches across Josh Hart to slap at this basketball.
The crowd wants Tom Thibodeau to challenge, but he cannot challenge that because a foul call was not made.
You can only challenge who a call was on and out of bounds.
It was clearly out of bounds off of Hart, but to your point, because there was a lot of contact. Either way, Philly ball, 36-27. They lead by 9. Here's Maxey. Uses a Batum screen, drives right side on Hart. Now left side pass, Hield. Couple dribbles back to Maxey. Maxey outside Harris, right wing three-pointer, no good. Robinson the box out, battling for the rebound, and pulls it away from Reed. Mitchell Robinson's first rebound of the night. Lob pass inside, and the Nobi slams it down with two hands.
That was three passes in total, if you include the final assist. The ball doesn't even touch the ground.
Set up by Josh Hart, and we've got a timeout called by Nick Nurse. It comes with 6:56 to go here in the second.
The Knicks keep hanging around with this 7-point lead or so, but you can feel that this might be the group that ultimately can close it. They're starting to play fast and make a difference in the fast break category, although there are only 4 points scored there so far.
Philadelphia leads the Knicks 36-29, 6:56 to go until halftime. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $329 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Rogue. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Well-qualified lessees. 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $34.89 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 4/30/24.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
Basketball season is here, and it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an authorized betting partner of the NBA. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of wagering on NBA action all season long. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 plus to wager, New York and New Jersey only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available in New Jersey. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. 6:56 to go, second quarter. Knicks trail the 76ers 36-29. Monica, Knicks have not yet led in this game, but once again, like in game one, getting some good production off of their bench in the form of Deuce McBride.
Deuce McBride has been huge in terms of helping to change the pace of this ball game. He only has 4 points, but he's one of the guys that you can bank on running the floor hard, trying to get in position to score before the defense can get established. He's attacked the paint a couple times. He's hit some jump shots, and frankly, he's had the assignment of guarding Tyrese Maxey, who tonight doesn't really care who's defending him, as he already has 16 points in this ball game.
Maxey leading all scorers so far, as he did in game one when he scored 33. Maxey's 4 for 7 from downtown. More Knicks royalty in the house. Bill Bradley, two-time NBA champion, taking in tonight's action. Philly ball out of the timeout. Knicks trail by 7. Lowry back out there, guarded by DiVincenzo. Dumps it into the post for Batum. Back to Lowry, cutting to the basket, leaves his feet, and it's stolen by the Knicks. Here comes Hart. He has Anunoby running the floor. DiVincenzo, left wing, fires away. No good. He comes up short. Rebound fought for, and a tie-up between Hartenstein and Harris.
Great hustle by Isaiah Hartenstein. It's a high-risk, kind of high-reward thing, right? Dante DiVincenzo, we've seen him tons of times knock down that three in transition, so it's a good shot for him. We've marked setting a new record in terms of threes made in a single season for the Knicks, so he can hit that. But, man, if you could have just got a 2 instead of a 3.
283 of them in the regular season, and Harris beats Hartenstein on the jump ball, so the Sixers get possession with 6.5 to play here in the second. McBride guards Maxey. Maxey left side of the key. Bounce pass, Embiid back in there. Foul line jumper is good.
This is the tandem shades of what was effective before Embiid's injury, that pick and roll.
38-29. Here's Anunoby coming off a curl from the foul line. He fires a jumper and knocks it down.
OG Anunoby is someone you'd like to see get going for the Knicks. Yes, he's praised for his offensive prowess, and he had 11 points in game 1. But can he bring some energy at the rim for the Knicks?
2 for 3, 4 points for Anunoby. Knicks trail 38-31. 5:55 to go in the second. Embiid from the top of the key, rips through against Hartenstein, loses possession, knocks it over to Harris in the corner. Harris stops his dribble at the block up top. Batum's 3 is good.
Almost a perfect defensive possession. The Knicks are like literally a step away from picking up that basketball as it's rolling out to the corner for Harris.
The 76ers are 7 for 17 from downtown, 41% so far. They are up by 10, 41-31. Hartenstein looking for DiVincenzo to get free. Crossover dribble, drives at Embiid, flips it up, no good, but a foul. And Embiid takes the basketball, shoves DiVincenzo, and is called for a technical foul.
Isaiah Hartenstein should walk away, as he is now. No reason to tempt these officials.
Embiid still protesting the call that was made by the crew chief, John Goebel.
I don't know why he's protesting. He shoves Dante DiVincenzo with the basketball. Extracurricular activity, that's a T.
So the foul against Embiid, the personal foul, and the technical foul. DiVincenzo hits the technical free throw. It's 41-32, and now DiVincenzo will shoot 2 more.
There is a colorful chant.
There is.
Emerging at the Garden.
It involves Joel Embiid, and the Garden crowd not being happy with him. So DiVincenzo now to the line for 2. He's got 7 points. He's 2 for 3 from downtown. Mentioned those 3-pointers in the regular season as the first free throw is good. 283 of them and 705 3-point attempts. Both of those Knicks franchise records.
A terrific season from the three-point line, creating space for Jalen Brunson to operate, Julius Randle when he was healthy to operate.
DiVincenzo hits the second free throw. Embiid and Hartenstein. There's a little extracurricular activity going on between the two of them underneath the Sixers basket. Embiid's got to be careful. He's already got 1 technical foul. DiVincenzo up on Lowry. Hands the ball to Embiid. Embiid, a couple dribbles, hands it to Maxey. Back to Embiid on the left wing. Hartenstein gives him some space to operate. 4 seconds to shoot. Embiid dribbles to the left side. Batum's shot is blocked by Hart. Embiid has it in his hands. It's a shot clock violation. Good defense by the Knicks.
Incredible defense by the Knicks. Give Isaiah Hartenstein credit. He starts that possession defensively, pestering a bothered Joel Embiid. Deuce McBride comes up with the block on the 3-point attempt at the end of the shot clock. That's a terrific response by the Knicks for an emotional point in this ballgame.
41-34, and the Knicks crowd starting to get into it after the Embiid antics. Here's Anunoby, picks up his dribble, high post Hartenstein, drives right at Embiid, spin move, spins back, flips it up, and he can't get the roll. Hartenstein falls to the floor, Embiid grabs the rebound. Here come the Sixers. Lowry, crossover dribble in the front court, gives to Maxey. Maxey from the top of the arc, Hart up on him. Maxey circles right side, right corner pass. Harris 3, that's good.
Tyrese Maxey has the Knicks defense in the matrix, and he's doing a great job of reading whether he should be looking to score the basketball or assisting like he just did.
And Tom Thibodeau calls a timeout with 4:21 to go in the second quarter. And Philadelphia leading the Knicks 44-34. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey everyone, this is Rick Kamla from Give and Go on NBA Radio. When Milwaukee Bucks power forward Bobby Portis joined the show, he explained why he has Doc Rivers back.
Doc unlocked a whole new player in me for real, giving me the opportunity to have more responsibility, just the belief in me to be Bobby, man. He unlocked a whole new BP, man, and I'm grateful for him.
To hear the full interview with Bobby Portis or any of our interviews you might have missed, check them out anytime on the SiriusXM app by searching NBA Radio.
Wake up! Wake up, everybody! This is Steve Phillips from the leadoff spot on MLB Network Radio. Join me and former Major League Baseball players Eduardo Perez and Xavier Scruggs as we react to all the latest news and scores across baseball and have plenty of fun along the way.
Steve, you were so right about that.
I don't know if anybody else thinks we're funny, but I think we're funny.
Why are you putting us or we into this?
The leadoff spot, weekdays at 7 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and on the SiriusXM app.
Each night after the horn sounds, NBA Radio has you covered with the best analysis of all the games.
When healthy, they check a lot of boxes.
We'll break down the playoff action.
Durant, left wing three again. This one goes again. All net for Kevin Durant.
And take you inside the locker room to hear from the players and coaches.
I thought it was our most connected game. Defensively, we're so physical.
Hear the NBA Radio Playoffs postgame show every night throughout the postseason on NBA Radio, Channel 86, and the all-new SiriusXM app.
While you're listening to this game on SiriusXM, we're talking about the latest odds and prop bets for this and every game on Sports Grid Radio.
The under's minus 125. Heavy juice to the under.
Every home run hit and every strikeout thrown can change the line.
I can't for the life of me figure out how you can favor a team that never wins, ever.
If you're looking for sports talk centered around the latest odds and prop bets for games, races, tournaments, or any sporting event, Sports Grid Radio, SiriusXM, Channel 159.
Back here at Madison Square Garden, 4:21 to go, second quarter. Knicks trailing the 76ers 44-34. This equals the largest lead of the game for Philadelphia. Monica, a couple of areas that were such keys to the Knicks' Game 1 victory playing out a little differently so far tonight. It's the 76ers with a 23-17 rebounding advantage, and the bench scoring is about even. 5-4 also in favor of Philadelphia.
Yeah, and if you want to add in second chance opportunities, it's the 8-2 margin in favor of Philadelphia as well. But one thing we talked about Game 1, Pat, that I think probably still holds true, it's a game of runs. There are some ebbs and flows. And frankly, Jalen Brunson still hasn't figured it out. And I know he was off the floor prior to this timeout. Looks like he's coming back on the floor. But this team hasn't hit the cylinder that we saw them activate last game yet.
Out of the timeout, Knicks rolling with their starting five. Brunson back in with DiVincenzo, Anunoby, Hart, and Hartenstein. Josh Hart hasn't left the floor so far tonight. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid have combined for 30 points so far. They lead the Sixers out onto the floor with Lowry, Harris, and Nico Batum. Inbound, Knicks front court. Hart has it. Brunson just checked back in. 4:15 to go until halftime. Knicks down by 10. Here's Brunson. Cross-court pass. Anunoby on the right wing. Drives inside the paint. Bounce pass from DiVincenzo to Hart. His left corner three is good. And Josh Hart's feeling it again. He's got three from downtown.
I'll tell you what, Josh Hart is not afraid of the moment at all. We've heard him talk during the course of the regular season. He's going to do whatever this team needs. And tonight, that's hit threes.
44-37. Here's Embiid. Backdoor feed. Maxey reverse layup is good.
Tyrese Maxey's hang time at the rim is crazy.
As is his touch around the rim. Knicks down 9. Brunson drives right around Embiid and finishes with the left hand.
It's a good take by Jalen Brunson. I'm sure that feels good in terms of getting the lid off the rim for him a little bit.
46-39. 3:33 to go in the second. Embiid hands to Maxey, center of the court, right wing pass, Lowry. High post, it goes to Embiid. Turns and faces on Hartenstein, shoots over him and gets the roll. It drops in.
Isaiah Hartenstein could not have been guarding Joel Embiid any closer.
Embiid was actually trying to draw a foul there. 48-38.
Absolutely.
Knicks down by 10. Here's Brunson again. Pull up, finds his spot, knocks it down off the glass, and the foul. And Jalen Brunson is starting to percolate here in the second.
You know how you got a janky oven light or stove light sometimes. You got to click it a couple times, right? You click it. We're starting to see 1 or 2 flames on the click. We need to get the gas going.
It was the food reference in Game 1, I think, that sparked a turnaround when you brought up the air fryer.
There we go.
We'll see if the stove has similar results. So Brunson pulling the Knicks within 8, trying to finish the three-point play. He does, and just like that, Jalen Brunson's got 12 points. It's 48-41. Knicks down 7.
Now the Knicks need to turn it on the defensive side of the basketball. They have come up with a couple of stops here. Can they get another?
3:05 to go. Brunson way out on Maxey. Bounce pass Embiid down the lane. Can't finish, but he was fouled. Looked like DiVincenzo reached in on the attempt. Actually, it was Josh Hart.
Now, why Joel Embiid had that much room to go right down the gut of the paint, I'm not sure how he got lost as far as assignments are concerned.
Now, Embiid is only 2 for 4 from the line so far tonight. He's already got a double-double, 16 points and 10 rebounds. And the first free throw is a line drive short. That distance jump shot for Embiid, 15 feet and beyond, still doesn't look right for him with the knee injury.
I would agree with you, but like you just mentioned, that double-double, it counts no matter how that knee is looking, and for that matter, these free throws are looking.
The production there so far, the 2 All-Stars for Philadelphia, Maxey and Embiid, combining for 34 points so far. 3:02 to go in the second. Embiid second, rattles out. Brunson grabs the rebound. Embiid is 2 for 6 from the line. Knicks down 7 with the ball. Less than 3 to play until halftime. Brunson spins away from Batum. Now spins back. Kicks it out. Hart passes on the open 3. Jump stop in the lane. Kicks it out. Anunoby's 3 is no good, and Batum grabs the rebound.
Josh Hart had 2 quality looks that he passed up on that possession.
Maxey guarded by DiVincenzo. 2:40 to go in the second. Maxey brings it right side. His pass deflected. Loose ball scooped up by Brunson. Ahead to Hart. 1-on-1 with Embiid. Knocked out of his hands, out of bounds from behind by Lowry, who goes diving into the stands 2 rows deep.
Hope he's okay. As the Knicks, there's some fans and some ushers. Everybody just trying to make sure he's all right.
He appears to be all right, just trying to untangle himself from some fans that weren't expecting that. That Tim Thomas giving him a hug there?
Tim Thomas, yep.
Former Knick, who's been a presence at Madison Square Garden this year. So the Knicks inbound on the baseline. DiVincenzo in the corner, up top for Brunson. Dribbles around Batum towards the foul line. Now at Embiid, floats it up over him off the glass. Can't get the roll. Batum grabs the rebound.
It's a really good use of the glass. Just a little too hard. It bounced off the front of the iron.
2:18 to go. Second quarter. Lowry up top. Embiid, left side of the arc, fires a 3 off the front of the rim. Anunoby skies for the rebound. His second, brings it up court himself.
Last 2 possessions, Knicks were ripping the basketball out of the net, or off the rim, I should say, on misses and trying to push.
Brunson, left side of the arc. Batum runs through a screen to guard him. Brunson inside the paint to the basket, lays it up, comes up short. Batum the rebound, his outlet pass nearly stolen, but here comes Maxey. 1-on-1 with Josh Hart, kicks it into the corner. Harris lines up a right side 3, knocks it down, and the Knicks are down by 10.
We talked about the supporting cast of the Sixers, Harris being one of those guys. He's got 10 points already in this ballgame and 6 rebounds.
Third 76er in double figures. He had 9 rebounds in game 1 to lead them. Minute and a half to go. Here's Hart, no hesitation this time. Knocks down his 4th three-pointer of the first half.
The legend of Josh Hart grows by 3s, not by 1s.
Exponentially, 51-44, minute 15 left. Here's Batum, hands to Maxey. Anunoby stays with him. Now Maxey around an Embiid screen. Embiid rolling to the basket, off-balance shot, deflected, taken by Hart. Here come the Knicks, a 3-on-2. Hart center of the court, bounce pass Brunson, lays it up with the right hand. No, Hart's tap is also no good. Bodies fall to the floor and there's a whistle.
What is going on? And somebody just punted the basketball into the stands.
Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson both hit the floor. There's a foul against Nico Batum on the foul attempt by Josh Hart, I believe, as Hart's going to the foul line with Philadelphia over the foul limit.
We talked about fast break. You can feel that the Knicks understand the urgency in fast break. After Batum tries to get this ball out ahead to Embiid at half court, Embiid tosses it up, and it ends up in the stands.
Hart hits the first free throw. Exactly 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. Knicks have pulled back within 6, 51-45. Mitchell Robinson will replace Hartenstein. Kelly Oubre Jr. is back in. The Sixers have their starting 5 on the floor. The Knicks the same, except Robinson is in there for Hartenstein. Hart, that was his first free throw attempt of the night a moment ago, sets himself for the second. Front rim, comes up short. Oubre grabs the rebound. Knicks down by 6. Final minute of the first half. Here's Maxey to Embiid at the top of the arc. One dribble, gives it to Oubre, who's chased by DiVincenzo. Oubre brings it back right side, bumped by DiVincenzo. And the Knicks had that foul to give.
DiVincenzo's trying to work through this screen that Joel Embiid is setting. That's an interesting call. To me, Joel Embiid is moving as much as DiVincenzo's trying to get through.
45 seconds to go in the half. Embiid gives to Oubre on the right wing. Sets a screen for him. Oubre drives now at Robinson. Steps back on the right baseline. His jumper rattles out. Hart swoops in for the rebound. 34 seconds to go in the half. A 13-second difference. Hart, 2-for-1 three-pointer. Heat check. He knocks it down.
Wow. Josh Hart is just gone straight Dante DiVincenzo mode. A 3 in transition.
Knicks are down by 3. Garden crowd on its feet. First time tonight, 51-48, 15 seconds to go in the half, 8 seconds to shoot. Here's Maxey driving at Brunson, behind the back poked away, but a foul on Jalen Brunson. Knicks are over the limit, and Maxey will go to the line.
Josh Hart, 4 of 5 from the three-point line. His rhythm is fantastic. (51-48). Knicks down by 3. Have trailed by 10 on multiple occasions. Free throw is good for Maxey as Hartenstein checks back in for the Knicks' final offensive possession. Partner, I can't tell you how many conversations today about Game 2 included, is Josh Hart going to knock down 4 threes? You got an answer early.
And this time it only took him 5 attempts. It took him 8 attempts in Game 1.
I mean, I'll take either. But of course, we'll take tonight's performance.
Maxey knocks down both free throws. Shot clock is off. 12 seconds to go. Knicks down by 5. Oubre guarding Brunson full court. Down to 6 seconds as he brings it into the front court. In and out dribble, gets around him, floats it up. No good, but a foul on Kelly Oubre Jr. Brunson will go to the line with 3.1 to play.
And Brunson, you can tell, starting to figure out Kelly Oubre Jr. a little bit more in terms of using his change of speed and change of direction to cause some confusion for the defender. Kyle Lowry and Oubre are over there having a conversation with one of our officials about just that.
There's been a lot of conversations tonight, particularly with John Goebel, our crew chief. Brunson back to the line. First one is good. He's 5 for 6 from the line tonight. And Tom Thibodeau going offense-defense here in the first half. Robinson replaces Hartenstein for the final 3.1 seconds.
Even though the stats are not as glamorous in terms of the Knicks exerting pressure, look at it. It's a 4-point game with a chance to beat 3.
All things considered, could have been a lot worse. Brunson's second free throw off the back of the rim. DiVincenzo the rebound, floats it up, no good. Hart battling, his tap is also no good. Hart calling for a foul as he was knocked to the floor, but the first half comes to an end. The Knicks trailing 53-49.
With just 3 second chance points for the New York Knicks and being out-rebounded by 3, considering everybody not named Dante DiVincenzo or Josh Hart, considering the way that they shot the basketball, the Knicks should be counting their blessings right now at halftime.
And Dan Grossa will take you through halftime. Philadelphia leading the Knicks 53-49 in Game 2 here at Madison Square Garden. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Hey, John, this is Mike from Massapequa. I want a Kia.
Hey, John, this is Rosie from Ozone Park. I want a Kia.
Hey, John, this is Frank from Middle Village. I want a Kia.
Hi,
I'm John Starks. With over 200 vehicles in stock, our all-star team will always put your needs first, making sure you will always get a slam dunk deal here at John Starks Kia.
Lease a Kia EV6 for $294 per month with $32.90 due at signing, or save over $10,000 off MSRP. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Excludes tax, title, and MB fees. Expires April 30th.
John Starks Kia. Stand tall.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been servicing New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for over 25 years. They offer premium customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate travel experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call them at 212-206-6974.
NBA fans, looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell...
I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud. Never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about. Have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the top, proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud. Never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about. Have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big boss, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Back into this game, once again, the three-point shooting of one Josh Hart.
Josh Hart has been terrific, unafraid to answer the call. He already has a double-double in this ballgame with 19 points and 10 rebounds. And so, frankly, Pat, now the question is who is going to help him? Jalen Brunson, we've talked about it ad nauseum at this point. This has been a tough matchup for him. Although in the last 4 minutes or so of that second quarter, it felt like he was beginning to find his rhythm. He's been able to get to the free throw line at a decent clip so far in this ballgame, going 5 of 7 there. But overall, it's Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid that have really shown up big for their teams. Maxey knocking down 4 of 7 from the three-point line with 5 assists, basically knocking down both of my keys in terms of containing him and trying to slow down the supporting cast, as he's done a terrific job of both delegating and scoring.
The second half is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the brand new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. How about the first half for Jalen Brunson? Tough start for him. He's 4 for 14 overall, but it seemed like he started to get going the latter half of that second quarter.
Yeah, I think Kelly Oubre Jr., give him his credit, has been a tough guard for Jalen Brunson. But it feels like he's starting to find his way in terms of getting to his spots. But also, what helps that? his teammates knocking down shots at a high enough clip that you at least have to offer help defense, and that split second or so can help to free up number 11.
The foul situation as we begin the second half for the Knicks, Isaiah Hartenstein and Dante DiVincenzo each have 2 personal fouls, and for Philly, Kelly Oubre and Kyle Lowry, along with Buddy Hield, all have 2, and Joel Embiid did pick up a technical foul in that first half. Sixers ball. Here's Embiid from the foul line. A jab step, leans into Hartenstein, steps back and knocks down the jumper, and it's 55-49.
We've talked a lot about the bounce that Joel Embiid does or does not have, but that free throw line extended jump shot just inside the three-point line, he doesn't need to jump, and he's been very effective.
Starting 5 back on the floor for both teams. Hartenstein give and go, two-handed slam as he got it back from Brunson.
That was a thing of beauty. The give and go and give again.
What a quick pass to slip it in there by Jalen Brunson. Knicks back within 4, first minute of the third quarter. Lowry to the foul line, knocked out of Embiid's hands by Hartenstein, taken by Anunoby. Here's Hart between the circles. Oubre's guarding him. Maxey is the matchup for Brunson. Now Oubre switches onto Brunson just inside midcourt. Minute gone by in the third. Brunson, center of the court, brings it left side now against Maxey. Whips the pass and it's deflected out of bounds off of Lowry, 7 to shoot.
This is a tough spot. The Knicks have to inbound the basketball in from right in front of the 76ers bench toward the corner where the baseline and sideline meet.
Anunoby walks over. He'll throw it in. Harris guarding the inbounder. Anunoby finds Brunson on the left wing. Shot clock down to 5. Brunson's got to go. Kicks it into the corner. Shot clock down to 1. Knocked out of Hart's hands with 1.9 seconds to shoot.
Deja vu a bit. We saw this happen in the first half. It was 1.7 to shoot.
So nearly the same spot in front of the Sixers bench. Anunoby will throw it in. Here's Anunoby looking for Hart. His pass deflected, and that allows the shot clock to expire. So the Knicks turn it over. 24-second violation, 55-51 Sixers with 10:50 to go in the third.
That defensive possession opened up the ballgame, getting the turnover on Joel Embiid was a promising start, but they were unable to capitalize.
That followed the Hartenstein two-handed slam off the give and go with Brunson. So here's Philly back with the basketball. Lowry gives it to Maxey. Maxey had 20 points in the first half. His pass to Oubre is knocked out of bounds off the knee of Kelly Oubre. Knicks ball. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
Back-to-back turnovers here. Now, can the Knicks be the team that wins the third quarter? In game 1, third quarter did in fact go to the Philadelphia 76ers.
36-21 was the edge for Philly in the third quarter. Here's Hartenstein, top of the arc. Turns and faces on Embiid. Couple dribbles, hands to Anunoby. Thought about firing the 3. One dribble, pull-up jumper, knocks it down. Knicks back within 2.
A very simple play for OG Anunoby. Coming off, using that screen action, just coming right to the basketball and knocking down his jump shot. You don't need to see a whole bunch of fancy stuff from Anunoby, but if he can knock down a couple of shots, it'll be great.
He's got 6 points in 18 minutes. Here's Maxey. Little pick and roll with Embiid into the right corner. Harris's 3 is off the back of the rim. Brunson skies for the rebound and brings it up court himself. Brunson with a step on Oubre. Now pops the 10-foot jumper, knocks it down, and we are tied at 55.
You knew that Jalen Brunson was just going to keep working. That's who he is.
Crowd starting to come alive again. Maxey slips the pass to Embiid. His wild shot in the paint is no good, but a late whistle and a foul called against the Knicks as Embiid falls to the floor.
I'd like to get a replay of this one. It's Dante DiVincenzo coming over in the help, I believe.
They're saying the foul was against Hartenstein as Embiid tried to go for the reverse layup. He was off balance.
Well, partner, I got to say, that's a terrible call because Embiid was losing his balance. Hartenstein has nothing to do with his balance already being off. That is a bailout in my mind, because the contact that Hartenstein made had nothing to do with Embiid already being off balance.
Courtney Kirkland made the call. Embiid hits the first free throw. He has not been his usual automatic self from the line tonight. 3 for 7. That one puts Philly back on top. One more to come with 9:39 to go in the third. Goes 2 for 2, does Embiid. He has 20 points and 10 rebounds. Knicks trail 57-55. Brunson bounces it into the front court for DiVincenzo. Now Brunson gets it back right wing, drives on Lowry in the paint, skips a pass into the corner, but a travel is called against Jalen Brunson.
That was okay.
Not a call that we often see.
No. Okay, he picks up his dribble to make this pass and takes an additional step before he releases.
So the Knicks turn it over again. Second time this quarter. Down by 2. Philly with the ball. Here's Embiid driving on Hartenstein. Hands it to Maxey. Hartenstein cuts him off on the switch. Now Anunoby recovers. Embiid working and spinning. Fall-away jumper is good. Tough shot over Hartenstein.
Golly, that was a degree of difficulty high on that one.
59-55, Knicks down 4. Bounce pass from Brunson to Hart on the right wing. Hart drives around the defender. Hartenstein to DiVincenzo, left side. 3 is good.
Kyle Lowry trying to get through that screen. That's a whole lot of contact against Hartenstein.
Here come the Sixers. They have a 1-point lead. Lowry gives it to Maxey between the circles. Anunoby runs with Maxey. 8:44 to go in the third. Maxey into the right corner. Lowry lines up a three-pointer and knocks it down right in front of the Knicks bench. Philly back up by 4.
First basket for Kyle Lowry. He had 18 in game 1, but talk a lot about his veteran grit and toughness that he brings to this matchup.
12 of those 18 came in the third quarter. Brunson spins his way into the paint, now steps through, blocked by Oubre. Hart gets it back. DiVincenzo, no hesitation, off the back of the rim from 3. Lowry chases down the long rebound. He has Maxey on his left, gives it to him. Maxey fakes the 3, crossover dribble in the paint, switches to the left hand, can't finish. Hart grabs the rebound, a 3-on-3. Hart in the center of the court, pulls up for 3 himself, off the front of the rim, and we've got a whistle as OG Anunoby is knocked to the floor. This is going to be against Philly.
You can't help but giggle a little bit as Josh Hart pulls up from what should have been a 3. I actually think his toes might have been on the line, which would have been frustrating if that basket had fallen. But OG Anunoby running the floor hard on Josh Hart's left side, able to draw a foul versus the Sixers.
Against Kelly Oubre Jr., and that's his 3rd foul.
That's helpful for Jalen Brunson for sure.
Here's Hartenstein at the high post. First team foul against the Sixers. 8 minutes to go in the third. Knicks trail 62-58. Hart from the left corner. Thought about another 3, and he's bumped again, and this is going to be against Kyle Lowry. And this is Kyle Lowry's 3rd.
We talked about this game being physical and perhaps not having a ton of rhythm. I did not anticipate this sort of clunkiness, though.
12 fouls called against Philly, 9 against the Knicks. Here's Brunson, steps into a 3, top of the arc, off the side of the rim. Hartenstein, the offensive rebound, and the putback is good.
The Garden crowd really likes that aggressiveness by Isaiah Hartenstein, just his 2nd basket of the night.
62-60, Embiid brings it across the timeline and hands to Maxey. Back to Lowry on the right wing. They dump it into Embiid. Right block. Spins on Hartenstein, backing his way in. He's bottled up. Hartenstein bats the ball into the hands of DiVincenzo. Here come the Knicks at 3-on-2. Hart down the lane. Scoops it to Anunoby. Underneath, loses, gathers, flips it up. No good. Hart taps the rebound into the hands of Maxey. He's got a 2-on-2 with Embiid, who drives right at Hartenstein. Count it, and the foul.
That's a tough decision to go no layup rule when Joel Embiid is barreling down the floor at you. Jalen Brunson swipes down at this basketball but can't disrupt it. I'd rather you give up the 2, but OG Anunoby is bothered in the facial area, the eye area.
Seems to be okay now. He was bent over at the waist. Of course, with OG Anunoby, your first concern when you see that is always the right elbow. But it was a facial, perhaps eye issue that seems to have been resolved. So the foul was against Jalen Brunson, which is his 2nd. Good that it wasn't Hartenstein's 4th.
The ball's been a little slippery when it comes to OG Anunoby so far tonight. If he had been able to gather in that last possession, that's one where we've seen him power up through a crowd and grab the rim and finish with a dunk.
5-point turnaround as Embiid finishes the 3-point play. Philly back up by 5, 65-60. 7 minutes to go in the third. Hart pounding the rock with the right hand, gives to Hartenstein on the right wing. Now Brunson faces up on Oubre. 5 seconds to shoot. Brunson working from the right. Hesitation dribble. Skip pass inside. Hartenstein, a wide open slam.
Beautiful execution there by the Knicks. Brunson connecting with Hartenstein. Terrific patience. And again, we talk about Kelly Oubre Jr. He is absolutely locked in and making Jalen Brunson's day at the office as difficult as possible.
Isaiah Hartenstein now with 6 points. Here's Embiid driving at Hartenstein. Pump fake, kicks it up top. Lowry, he fakes the 3, drives, lob pass inside. Embiid gathers, flips it up, no good. Hart has the rebound knocked out of his hands, taken by Lowry, blocked from behind, but also fouled by Josh Hart. It would be Hart's second personal foul, and he wants Tom Thibodeau to challenge.
Oh, as we see this here in the arena, that's a whole lot of basketball.
Now there is a timeout on the floor anyway, and the green light is on. So Tom Thibodeau, as we go to this timeout, is going to challenge the foul call against Josh Hart. It looked like, as you said, Monica, he got a whole lot of ball from behind on Kyle Lowry.
This
After
could be
a mandatory timeout, New York has challenged the defensive foul call on the floor.
This could be a big-time play. Right now it's a one-possession ball game, right? If this challenge is overturned, there's no free throws, and you have the opportunity to go down on the floor and tie it or make it one.
We'll step away as they take a look. 6:28 to go in the third quarter. Philadelphia leading the Knicks 65-62. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
On the court, off the court, and on devices equipped with Amazon Alexa. For the best basketball insight, just say, Alexa, listen to NBA Radio on Sirius XM.
Okay. Live to step outside the box, who like to put a twist on the traditional and believe in a world that's not just good, but grand. Visit grandmarnier.com to learn how to take cocktails from ordinary to extraordinary and live grand. Grand Marnier Liqueur, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2022, Campari America, New York, New York. Drink with style. Always drink responsibly.
Have you ever driven across the Whitestone Bridge and wondered who could possibly paint this? The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. That's who. With our local 806 partners, members of the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association work hard to ensure New York City's bridges, roads, and rails are safe, beautiful, and ready for the future. You've seen our work. The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association partnered with the New York Department of Transportation on the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, applying new coatings seen by thousands of people and captured in selfies every day. That's just one of the many pieces of iconic steel structures that the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association has helped revitalize. Every day you see subway stops, bridges, highway ramps, and steel structures restored and painted by us. We're the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, adding a little color to the Big Apple. To learn more about our association and career opportunities, visit nySSPCA.net.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Brian Geltzeiler. Wake up early with me in 2007 NBA Coach of the Year Sam Mitchell every Saturday morning from 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern as we break down everything NBA on Channel 86.
O'Keefe and Monica McNutt with you. Round one, game two at Madison Square Garden, and a successful challenge again for Knicks head coach Tom Thibodeau. The foul that was called on Josh Hart overturned as he made contact with the basketball. Kyle Lowry going up for the shot attempt. There was no clear possession after the play, so Isaiah Hartenstein and Joel Embiid will jump it up at center court.
The way that was explained over the mic, partner, you should have had that job. That was a much better explanation.
Thank you. John Goble confused us a bit. Dante DiVincenzo steals the tap, goes in and is fouled by Lowry.
John Starks is on the baseline, sitting with Carmelo Anthony and some other Knicks alums. He wanted an intentional foul, which I'm not even sure we're calling them intentional fouls anymore. I don't think that's a thing.
Well, they were called that in John's day.
Yeah, right. There you go. That's it. You got flagrant ones and twos these days.
Either way, DiVincenzo to the free throw line. Great athletic play by DiVincenzo to steal that tap away and go right to the basket.
Flagrant ones and twos and clear paths.
First one is good. DiVincenzo with 13 points tonight. He had 8 in game one. Knicks are down 65-63 with 6:25 to go in the third. So the Knicks do not get their timeout back because that was already a mandatory timeout here in the third quarter. However, they do have their one challenge remaining.
That could be important as we're now looking at a single possession ball game.
Second one, good. DiVincenzo 14 points, 5 for 5 from the line, and the Knicks are back within a point. Here's Lowry, met by Brunson. Villanova on Villanova. Nico Batum is back in. DiVincenzo guarding him. Left wing, Embiid fires a three off the back of the rim. Brunson the rebound, Knicks look to push. Brunson into the front court, crossover dribble on Harris. Behind the back, up top, Anunoby fires the three off the side of the rim. Embiid taps the rebound to Lowry. Knicks still trail by a point.
The fans in here were ready to erupt at the Knicks taking an opportunity to take the lead.
The Knicks have not led tonight. Here's Embiid, gathers the pass and finishes off balance, off the glass. Knicks now down 3.
We know about the touch of Joel Embiid and, frankly, Tyrese Maxey, but tonight, both of those guys powering through ailments physically and, of course, the illness for Maxey. They've been very impressive.
67-64. Hartenstein has it left side of the key. Embiid is up on him. Hartenstein one dribble, flips it to Brunson. Circling, in and out dribble. Along the left side, floats it up, comes up short. Hartenstein taps it, but it's taken by Lowry. A 3-on-3 for Philly. Lowry stops, gives to Maxey on the left wing. Cross-court pass into the right corner. Harris, good closeout by Brunson. Play continues as Brunson falls to the floor, and Harris misses the jump shot. Outlet to DiVincenzo. Knicks down 3 again. Crossover dribble into the paint. DiVincenzo, wild shot off the glass is good with the left hand.
It's good to see your New York Knicks unafraid of Joel Embiid. I get it, but he's not exactly as agile as he typically is during the regular season. Attack him and see what happens.
16 points for DiVincenzo. Knicks trail 67-66. 4:50 to go in the third. Batum from the top of the key. They're looking for Embiid. DiVincenzo knocks it out of his hands. Batum recovers. 7 seconds to shoot. Harris on the right wing. 4 seconds to shoot. Embiid slips the pass. Lowry, left wing, deep three-pointer. Front rim, no. Hart grabs the rebound. Knicks have the ball. 4:30 to go in the third. 67-66 Philly. Brunson, crossover, step back, right baseline. Air ball, rebounded by Maxey. Maxey shovels it to Harris, who runs into Dante DiVincenzo, and it's an offensive foul.
The Knicks are making terrific plays on the defensive end. They just have not been able to connect offensively. Such a juxtaposition to what they were able to get from multiple players and contributors last game.
Another opportunity here for the Knicks to take their first lead of the game. 4:19 to go in the third quarter. 67-66, Philadelphia leads. Knicks did tie the score at 55 earlier in the third. They've trailed by as many as 10 points. The Garden crowds chanting DiVincenzo.
I'm impressed with that one because that's a lot of syllables.
Nice cadence to it. 4:10 to go, and DiVincenzo has the ball. Gives to Brunson on the right wing, guarded tightly by Buddy Hield. Crosses over around Paul Reed, flips it up, and in off the glass, and the Knicks lead 68-67.
Dante DiVincenzo just keeps, Jalen Brunson just keeps at it. It has not been an easy day at the office, but that time, Buddy Hield and Paul Reed in the help, no match for his crafty handle and finish at the rim.
Timeout, Philadelphia, with exactly 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the Knicks now leading 68-67. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Jason Jackson and Amin El-Hassan bring you inside the front office on NBA Insiders.
The Heat going to have to create discomfort and havoc for the entire game to make sure that you keep this Tatum, Brown, Porzingis ridiculousness from rolling.
Join NBA Insiders in the Executive Suite every Sunday 10 to 1 p.m. Eastern on NBA Radio Channel 86 and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Fantasy Sports Radio is helping you win your fantasy leagues right now on Channel 87.
It's a home run for Ronald Acuna.
From in-season fantasy baseball management to daily fantasy basketball to getting you ready for the NFL Draft, Fantasy Sports Radio is here to help you dominate.
How you manage your team day in and day out will be the difference in where you finish in 2024.
Fantasy Sports Radio, your home for fantasy sports. Channel 87 and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM.
Let's go!
We're back on the track Sunday,
1 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Worth 400 from Dover Motor Speedway.
Checker flag, baby. Yeah!
On Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Oh, yeah!
Get closer to everything that moves you, wherever you are, with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yeah!
There is no competition in soccer quite like the UEFA Champions League. And it's on SiriusXM FC. Kylian Mbappe delivering when it matters most. The stakes are higher now in the knockout stage, where one goal can transform a club's trajectory. Jude Bellingham's driving, scores! And one performance can turn a star into an immortal. Harry Kane finishes off the game. It's the Champions League knockout stage, and all the top matches are on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Missouri.
Back here at the Garden, 4 minutes to go in the third, and the Knicks are on a run, Monica. For the first time tonight, they have grabbed the lead 68-67 on the Jalen Brunson bucket.
They've picked up the intensity on the defensive side of the basketball, and even though to start this third, Pat, they did not necessarily cash in on some of the turnovers that they were forcing the Sixers into, as of late, they've been able to find their way, courtesy of Jalen Brunson getting to the rim.
Pat O'Keefe and Monica McNutt with you at Madison Square Garden for round one, game two. Our executive producer is Ray Santiago, engineer Gary Jeffries, and our longtime statistician, Harry Robinson, here at the Garden. Philly ball out of the timeout. The Knicks still with their starting five on the floor, as Tom Thibodeau has not yet gone to his bench here in the third quarter.
You and I were talking prior to us coming on air, partner, about the cadence of this series. Should those starters have to play extended minutes tonight, they will have 2 days before Game 3 in Philadelphia.
Game 3 on Thursday. Game 4 Sunday afternoon, both of those in Philly. Here's Maxey weaving his way through traffic, stops in the paint, kicks it out to Harris on the right wing. He's guarded tightly by Hart. Backing his way in on the right side towards the block. Harris shoots over Hart off the back of the rim. No. Hartenstein the rebound in traffic. Joel Embiid is on the bench right now. Paul Reed is on the floor. Hart to the basket, blocked by Tobias Harris, but also a whistle and a foul as Hart took it strong to the bucket.
We need a John Starks cam because the Knicks basket is now facing or at the baseline where John Starks is, and he is giving all of the energy. You might as well put that guy in uniform, the type of performance he's giving on the baseline.
Well, the guy wearing John Starks' uniform right now is at the free throw line. Number 3, Josh Hart, after the foul by Nico Batum. And how about some MVP chance for Josh Hart, Monica? Why not?
Rightfully so. I mean, in the course of, we're going to isolate it to a single ball game, you could argue, and it's not a tough argument to make, that his performances in the 2 games so far of this series have been the most important.
Hits the first free throw. He's got 20 points, 12 rebounds. Second free throw also good. Knicks lead 70-67 with 3.5 to play in the third. Again, Embiid on the bench. Paul Reed out there, the backup center for Philly. Maxey guarded by Anunoby. Couple steps off of him. Maxey dribbling just inside the midcourt line. Brings it right side. Up top pass for Harris. Hands it to Batum. His three-pointer is good, and we're tied at 70.
We talked about Nicholas Batum being one of those guys that had to get going in terms of that supporting cast for the Sixers.
70 all. 3 minutes to play in the third. Harris is matched up with Brunson, uses the Hartenstein screen, pulls up foul line jumper, no. Reed grabs the rebound. It's Maxey into the front court. 20 points for Philly, brings it right side. Brunson cuts him off. Maxey flips it at the basket, no. Paul Reed's follow is good off the glass.
Not surprised that Nick Nurse is giving Paul Reed some extended minutes. One, to give the big fella some rest, but he's a wiry, scrappy rebounder.
5 straight points for Philly after the Knicks had taken a 3-point lead. Sixers back on top by 2. Brunson uses a Hartenstein screen, brings it left wing. Hartenstein rolls to the basket, gets it on the bounce pass, flips it up and in off the glass.
And Hartenstein wanted a foul on that one. I'm not sure how strong that case was, but he's been good with that little floater.
A tough off-balance shot that time. 72 all, 2:08 to go in the third. Maxey, deep 3, right side of the arc, no. Hartenstein, another rebound, his 7th. Hart has to gather it in the backcourt, and just does. Now brings it left side, cut off by Harris. Back to Brunson. Minute 54 to go in the third. Brunson drives around Harris. Slip pass inside. Hartenstein, there they go again. Floater is good.
As the saying goes, partner, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Jalen Brunson 2-man game is working well.
74-72, minute 40 to go in the third. Here's Maxey, right wing, between the legs, dribble on Brunson, right corner, Harris drives on Hart into the paint. Left corner, it's Hield. Good closeout by DiVincenzo. Hield knocked out of his hands by Hartenstein. His outlet pass is deflected, out of bounds, off of Batum with 1:25 to go.
Good activity by this Knicks defense. We saw them pushing up defensively on ball handlers. Isaiah Hartenstein bringing a ton of energy, protecting in front of that rim.
Isaiah Hartenstein receiving an ovation as he goes to the Knicks bench. All 10 of his points in this third quarter as the Knicks have the ball back, up 74-72.
Nick Nurse is clearly resting the big fella for the fourth.
Backdoor Anunoby goes up and finishes off the glass with the left hand. He hung up there for a while.
Monster hang time and touch by OG Anunoby to use the glass as his body was coming down out of the air, trying to avoid tumbling on other players.
Largest lead of the night, 76-72. Knicks on top, final minute of the third quarter. Oubre gets free in the paint. Robinson altered that shot. It's no good and knocked out of bounds by the Knicks.
The presence of Mitchell Robinson, the tandem of Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein has been terrific in terms of protecting the rim and protecting the paint. Now, Joel Embiid has had a solid night, but most of his baskets have been jump shots, not points in the paint, or they've been free throws.
54 seconds in the quarter, inbound to Batum. Top of the key, bounce pass up top now for Hield. DiVincenzo sticking with Hield, who circles back towards the right side. 3 seconds to shoot. Batum hands the ball to Maxey, crossover, 35-foot three-pointer off the back of the rim. Hart skies for rebound number 13. Sprints into the front court, kicks it into the corner. Anunoby's three off the side of the rim. Robinson grabs the offensive rebound in the corner and is fouled by Reed.
And everybody, 1, 2, 3, breathe. Take a deep breath. A terrific rebound defensively by Josh Hart. The right pass, OG Anunoby just unable to connect on that three, but we just talked about Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein, the extra possessions that they are giving this New York Knicks squad, and Mitchell Robinson earns himself a trip to the free throw line.
As the 76ers are over the limit here in the third quarter, Mitchell Robinson hit both of his free throw attempts in the fourth quarter of game one at a very crucial juncture. First one here is a line drive short off the front of the rim.
It's online, just needs a little more lift. We've seen him do it. We saw him do it in game one.
Nick Nurse playing a little offense-defense for the Sixers, sending Embiid back in the game for Reed with 29 seconds to go in the third. Deuce McBride replaces Brunson. Robinson taking his time. Knicks a 4-point lead. Robinson's second is good.
It's a big free throw by Mitchell Robinson.
77-72. There's a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Maxey. Anunoby picks him up in the front court. Maxey calmly dribbling with his right hand on the left side in front of Celebrity Row. Now he circles to the center where McBride picks him up. Back around the Embiid screen, gives it to him, floats it up, does Embiid, and draws the foul from the free throw line on a wild running attempt. The foul is number 2 against Josh Hart.
Embiid here essentially employs the same move that we see Jalen Brunson use tons of times over the course of a ball game. As opposed to the sweep, the low sweep that guards use, Joel Embiid goes right from his knees right into his jump shot motion and really lifts his hands into Josh Hart's hands.
Embiid back to the line. First free throw is good. He's 6 for 10 from the line today. Brunson back in with 10.4 seconds to go in the third. Knicks lead is 77-73. 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists for Embiid. Taking his time, taking a lot of time at the free throw line. Second one hits the front of the rim and gets the roll. So 77-74, Knicks by 3. Shot clock is off. Brunson has the inbound, guarded by Batum. Down to 6 seconds to go. Brunson brings it towards the center of the court, inside the paint, floats it up, no good off the side of the rim, and there's a whistle underneath, and there's a foul against Philadelphia. It's against Joel Embiid, with Brunson going to the free throw line with 1 second to go in the third.
If you're the Knicks, you'll certainly take this. The big fella has 29 points and 10 rebounds already. That's just his first personal.
So Brunson makes him pay with the first attempt. 1.1 second to go.
And I thought I misspoke, partner. I thought that was wrong. That's his second foul, Embiid, that is.
They were late to put it up.
Yeah, because I was like, that can't be right.
He picked up the foul earlier against DiVincenzo and proceeded the technical foul against Embiid. Here's the second for Jalen Brunson. Also good. We'll see what Philly does in the final 1.1. Inbound to Embiid, lets it fly, three-quarters court, off the front of the rim. It was on target, and I think it would have counted, but it doesn't. And the Knicks have a 5-point lead.
You love the way that the Knicks turned up their defensive intensity in that half. It started with bothering Tyrese Maxey as the ball handler, but then you saw Isaiah Hartenstein really activate on the back end. Mitchell Robinson had a block in there as well. This quarter was about their defense, and then of course the shots will fall as they typically do once you are honoring the game by defending.
Fourth quarter coming up. The Knicks are 12 minutes away from taking a 2-0 lead in this first round series. 79-74, Knicks on top. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
NBA fans, looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private, state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. ThriveWell, saving lives drip by drip.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FOODSAVE10 for the largest selection of international foods and all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce. And $10 off your first order of $50. Use promo code FOODSAVE10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is playing the loosest slots, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games, all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Bethlehem is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Bethlehem. Must be 21 years of age. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm John Starks. We know that every success starts with a solid team. With over 200 vehicles in stock, our all-star team will always put your needs first, making sure you always get a slam dunk deal here at John Starks Kia.
It's our Spring Splash Savings Sales Event. Save over $10,000 off MSRP on the all-wheel drive electric Kia EV6s and lease one for only $294 per month. You can even get 0% APR up to 60 months.
John Starks Kia. Stand tall.
Fourth quarter at Madison Square Garden. Knicks with their largest lead of the night so far, 79-74 over the 76ers here in game number 2. In that third quarter, Monica, Knicks outscored the Sixers 30-21, and a couple of areas that worked in game 1, the Knicks getting back to a 14-8 rebounding advantage, and the Knicks getting out and running a 6-3 advantage in fast break points.
They've done a really good job, but the thing is, this game is so much about matchups. Every time we've seen Jalen Brunson get a little bit more comfortable as far as scoring, usually Kelly Oubre Jr. is not on the floor. We talked so much about game 1, and we should continue to tip our cap to the professionalism of Deuce McBride. He had a monster game 1. Has not quite been the story here in game 2, although he's now on the floor, hoping to give Jalen Brunson some quality rest as his team pushes to close this game in the fourth.
We set the Knicks lineup for the fourth quarter. McBride, DiVincenzo, Hart, Anunoby, and Robinson. McBride into the front court, guarded by Batum. Hands it to DiVincenzo between the rings. Right side pass, McBride. Left side, DiVincenzo, a deep three, lets it fly off the side of the rim. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Robinson.
Defensively on that possession, Pat, the Sixers switched into a zone as well.
DiVincenzo trying to shoot over that zone, unsuccessful on that attempt. He's 3 for 6 from downtown. Philly ball, they're down 5. Hart giving Batum room to operate left side of the arc. Batum looking for Maxey to pop out. McBride up on Maxey, center of the court, left wing, it's Oubre. Oubre up top, Embiid. Jab step back jumper over Robinson is good. The Knicks lead is 3.
Embiid has been pure tonight with the jump shot. It's pretty crazy to watch.
He's got 29 points and 10 rebounds in his 28 minutes of work. DiVincenzo directing traffic, high post pass, Anunoby kicks it into the corner. Three-pointer is no good off the front of the rim for Deuce McBride. And Maxey into the front court. Correction, Embiid now with 31 points after that last jumper. Here's Maxey turning the corner, floats it up and in. And the Knicks lead is down to 1. Tom Thibodeau calls a quick timeout.
Remember, we keep going back to game 1 as Tyrese Maxey scores his first points of the second half. It was the Knicks that went on the fourth quarter run. And now it looks like to start this one, the Sixers are trying to do that.
Tom Thibodeau looking to stall their momentum with this timeout. It comes with 10:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks holding on to a 79-78 lead over Philadelphia. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey everyone, this is Rick Kamla from Give and Go on NBA Radio. When Indiana Pacers general manager Chad Buchanan joined the show, we asked, what is Tyrese Halliburton's greatest attribute?
I would say it's charisma and leadership. He's a guy who brings positivity to the gym every day he walks in. He elevates everybody's mood when he's around you, and that's a special quality to have on top of being such a fantastic talent.
To hear the full interview with Chad Buchanan or any of our interviews you might have missed, check them out anytime on the SiriusXM app by searching NBA Radio.
Fantasy Sports Radio is helping you win your fantasy leagues right now on Channel 87.
It's a home run for Ronald Acuna.
From in-season fantasy baseball management to daily fantasy basketball to getting you ready for the NFL Draft, Fantasy Sports Radio is here to help you dominate.
How you manage your team day in and day out will be the difference in where you finish in 2024.
Fantasy Sports Radio, your home for fantasy sports. Channel 87 and on the all-new SiriusXM app.
The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We're back on the track Sunday,
1 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Worth 400 from Dover Motor Speedway.
Checker flag, baby. Yeah.
On SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. Get closer to everything that moves you wherever you are with the SiriusXM app.
Let's make some smoke and drink some beer. Yeah.
This is Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum and host of the SiriusXM original podcast, Black Diamonds. Hear stories about the legends of the Negro Leagues and conversations with the all-time greats they've influenced, like 5-time World Series champion Derek Jeter.
I don't care what race you are. You need to know your past. This is U.S. history. It's not just baseball history.
Hear over 70 episodes of the award-winning Black Diamonds podcast, available now on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Back here at the Garden, and this out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Best Trails and Travel. Monica Cleveland, in their series against Orlando, is a minute and a half away from taking a 2-0 lead. The Cavs lead the Magic 93-82. Minute 38 left in that one. Donovan Mitchell with 23 points to lead the Cavs. The late game tonight is in Denver, where the Lakers take on the Nuggets. Denver won Game 1, as all 8 home teams did in these playoffs over the weekend. That's the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Visit them today for the ultimate travel experience at besttrailstravel.com.
If the Cavs sweep the Magic, maybe not even sweep, but if they get to a second-round series, will they be forgiven for their regular season decision down the stretch to punt?
Looks hard to argue with right now. Of course, if they do get past Orlando into the second round, it likely sets up a meeting with top-seeded Boston. Knicks ball out of the timeout. Sixers scored the first 4 points of the fourth quarter. McBride across the timeline, hands to Hart, brings it top of the arc, stops his dribble. Bogdanovich is back in. Back up to Hart, 8 seconds to shoot. Hart using a Robinson screen, pulls up, right elbow jumper, in and out. Robinson taps the rebound to himself, shovels it to Hart, trying to free himself with the basketball, and does. Shot clock is at 8. Hart Couple of dribbles, hands to McBride, right side of the arc. Down to 4, McBride, pump fake, jumper, 12 feet away, no good. Robinson has the ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds off of Philly, as Robinson, working the offensive boards, hits the floor.
I know that we are not courtside partner, but I have a hard time to believe that at a minimum, that ball should not remain in the possession of the New York Knicks, considering it looked like he got clobbered on the rebound attempt.
Knicks will inbound on the baseline. A third opportunity on this possession. McBride lobs it to Robinson, who's wide open. Robinson, one dribble, hands to McBride. Towards the top of the key, left wing. Bogdanovich, quick release three, is good!
The beautiful rainbow on the right side, or the left side of the floor, rather, for the Knicks if you're facing their basket.
Knicks needed that one. Their first points of this quarter. 9:50 to go. Knicks lead 82-78. Here's McBride up on Maxey. Embiid is on the floor. Brunson is on the Knicks bench. Maxey behind the back dribble up top for Embiid. Passes on the 3. Robinson closes out on him. He is up on Embiid. Knocked out of his hands and taken away by DiVincenzo. Here's McBride to the basket. Lays it up, and it is tipped in, but wave it off. It is offensive basket interference against Josh Hart.
I think that ball was going to find its way back into the basket. Oh, actually, probably it wasn't.
Sixers quickly into the front court. Embiid open, three-pointer, left wing, front rim, no. Bogdanovich with a good box out, and Hart grabs the rebound. Here come the Knicks. Hart sprinting into the front court. Bounce pass, backdoor. DiVincenzo circles, gives it to Bogdanovich, tries the other side, knocks it down again. The Knicks have their largest lead, 85-78. Timeout, Philadelphia.
Again, it's the second unit of the New York Knicks. The speed and energy of Josh Hart assists Dante DiVincenzo as Bojan Bogdanovich knocks down just his second 3 of the night. This team continuing to punch as a fist when they ball everything up. They're so much more powerful than dealing with individuals.
A sellout, loud crowd of 19,812 on their feet right now. Timeout Philly with 9:13 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks on top 85-78. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
When Mercedes-Benz owners choose Open Road of Bridgewater, they choose the best of the best, because at Open Road of Bridgewater, you can be sure to find excellent service, excellent pricing, and first-class experience. And that's why Mercedes-Benz named them the best of the best. They're honored to receive this prestigious award. Choose the best of the best. Choose Open Road of Bridgewater on Route 22 East, or visit them at openroadmercedesbenz.com.
Basketball season is here, and it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an authorized betting partner of the NBA. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of wagering on NBA action all season long. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus to wager. New York and New Jersey only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available in New Jersey. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Good point.
Back here at the Garden, 9:13 to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks lead Philadelphia 85-78. Monica, February 8th, trade deadline day, the Knicks made their second of two significant in-season moves, acquiring Bojan Bogdanovic from the Detroit Pistons, and that move through the first two games of the series really paying dividends so far.
Absolutely, and it took a while. It took a while for that seed to get buried and then begin to blossom here in the new position with the New York Knicks. Bojan Bogdanovic, throughout his career, been a starter, had an opportunity to shoot as many shots as he wants to, a flamethrower in his own right. Coming off the bench in limited minutes was an adjustment for him. But boy, partner, has he figured it out at just the right time.
Two huge three-pointers the last 2 minutes here in the fourth quarter. The last one extending the Knicks to their largest lead of the night so far, 85-78. Philly ball, 9:05 to go. Jalen Brunson continues to get valuable rest on the Knicks bench. Here's Maxey, left side of the arc. Steps back and is picked up by Robinson. Drives at him, stops in the dotted circle. Off balance, kicks it into the corner for Oubre, whose floater hits the front of the rim and then drops in. 85-80, 8:45 to go. Here's McBride. Oubre picks him up in the front court. McBride looking for DiVincenzo, who has it, left side of the arc. Calling for the hot Bogdanovic. Gets it, gives it to McBride just inside midcourt. 8 seconds to shoot for the Knicks. Here's McBride driving on Oubre all the way to the basket. Knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Stays with the Knicks, 4 seconds to shoot.
That has happened to the Knicks a handful of times over the course of tonight's ball game. Just getting that ball stripped away from them as they attack the rim.
McBride will inbound, 4.3 on the shot clock. DiVincenzo circling. Up top for Robinson, hands it to Bogdanovic, has to fire away off the back of the rim. It was on target. McBride wrestles the rebound away and flips it in off the glass. He took it right out of the hands of Tyrese Maxey.
That's just a want-to, a straight-up want-to. I'm taking this basketball. The deuce is loose again.
The former high school quarterback out of Cincinnati, 87-80. Knicks lead by 7. Maxey circling, kicks it up top for Lowry. Back to Maxey, passes on the 3. Euro step down the lane, draws the foul, flips it up. No good, but Tyrese Maxey to the line with 7:54 to go.
Maxey, although they're two very different sizes, Maxey and Embiid both have a knack of getting under the defender. Dante DiVincenzo thinks he's in sound defensive position, but Maxey uses his crafty handle and kind of wiggles around Dante in a way that gets him called for a foul.
Tyrese Maxey had 20 points in the first half, just 2 so far here in the second. He's back to the line. First free throw is good. He's 3 for 3 from there tonight.
He was hot too, and particularly from the first quarter from the three-point line, but has not hit a 3 since the first half as well.
Maxey was the leading scorer in game 1 with 33 points. Second free throw is also good. Knicks lead 87-82, 7:54 to go in the fourth. Full court pressure, Knicks having trouble getting it in. Hart finds Bogdanovic, who comes back to help. McBride behind the back, has to work hard to get it over midcourt and does. Uses the DiVincenzo screen, brings it to the foul line, pops the jumper, count it, and the foul.
And the Garden crowd is serenading number 2 with deuce chants. He told us after game 1, Pat, he just wanted to change the pace of the game, give his team an opportunity to score. His presence throughout this series has equaled speed and quality shots. He has the ability to put the Sixers defense on their heels. Kelly Oubre, who's been terrific guarding Jalen Brunson, is trying to fight through a screen and comes and swats late at Deuce McBride on that shot attempt and turns it into a three-point play.
Fourth foul on Kelly Oubre. McBride finishes the three-point play. 90-82. Knicks by 8. 7:43 to go, and Jalen Brunson is back in the game for the stretch run. He replaces DiVincenzo as McBride remains out there. McBride guarding Maxey. Now it's Lowry. Left corner Embiid. Hands it back to Lowry. His 3 is good, and the Knicks lead is 5.
Just the second 3 for Kyle Lowry.
7:25 to go in the fourth. Brunson across the timeline. Uses a McBride screen. One-on-one now with Maxey. Drives towards the foul line. Quick touch pass to McBride. Splits 2 defenders and is blocked out of bounds by Embiid. 8 seconds to shoot. And with 7:12 to go in the fourth quarter, OG Anunoby replaces Bojan Bogdanovic, who gets a very nice hand for those two big three-pointers he hit earlier in this fourth quarter. Knicks inbound on the baseline. It'll be Brunson throwing it in to Robinson. Miscommunication on the handoff. It's knocked out of bounds by Oubre. Knicks will inbound on the sideline now with 7 on the shot clock.
7 seconds is a lot of time compared to the 1.7 and the 1.9 opportunities they've had in this ball game.
On the floor right now for the Knicks, Brunson, McBride, Hart, Anunoby, and Robinson. Brunson inbounds front court, right-hand side. Guarded by the taller Batum. Inbound to Anunoby, poked away from behind by Lowry. Anunoby gets it back. Eurostep flips up a wild shot, no good. Robinson chases down the offensive rebound, but his outlet is picked off by Lowry. A 3-on-2. Here's Maxey from the left side. Drives right at Brunson. Shot is no good, but a foul against Jalen Brunson, who was trying to draw the charge.
It's tough to draw a charge on Tyrese Maxey unless you're really standing there with plenty of runway, and he runs right into you. He's so quick and shifty, not just with his handle, but with his body as well. He Euro steps across Jalen Brunson, so the contact is more on Brunson's left shoulder as Maxey is Euro stepping toward the paint, as opposed to Brunson's ability to absorb it in his chest, which he's so good at.
First free throw for Maxey is good. Isaiah Hartenstein returns, replacing Mitchell Robinson. So Deuce McBride, the only reserve on the floor right now for the Knicks. DiVincenzo is on the bench. DiVincenzo's had a nice night with 16 points. Maxey's second is good. The Knicks lead is down to 3, 90-87, 6:58 to go in the fourth.
Nico Batum is tailing Jalen Brunson in the backcourt, practically face guarding him.
Brunson just hit the deck, had to pop back up. Wants the ball from McBride and gets it. Just inside midcourt on the right side. Batum all the way up on him. Brunson, couple of right-handed dribbles. Step back, 17-footer is good.
Chop wood, carry water. As Jalen Brunson says, the magic is in the work, and he has not stopped working all night.
92-87, 6.5 to go. Knicks up by 5. Brunson guarding Maxey, brings it to the foul line. Fallback jumper 15 feet away, rattles it home, and it's back to a 3-point game.
Do we have the battle of all-star guards erupting?
First-time all-star guards, both out of the Eastern Conference this year, Maxey and Brunson. Now it's McBride for the Knicks, guarded by Maxey with 6:10 to play. Brunson having a hard time getting free. Batum has him in a bear hug. McBride dribbling left side of the arc. Drives at Maxey, stops his dribble. Hartenstein's floater, good from 10 feet away.
The trust factor, Pat. We can't talk enough about it. Yes, you want to find Jalen Brunson, rightfully so. But if you can't, the trust. McBride continuing to make great plays.
Maxey loses his footing, recovers, and the ball now in the hands of Lowry. Left side, throws it into Embiid. Posting up Hartenstein. On the left block, backing his way in. 5 seconds to shoot. Embiid, fall away jumper, in and out. Rebound taken by Josh Hart, his 15th of the night. Knicks by 5. Under 5.5 to play. Brunson on the right wing, guarded by Embiid on a switch. Now it's back to Batum, cross court. McBride, left side 3, in and out. Rebounded by Harris.
This place would have gone crazy if Deuce McBride knocked that down.
Here's Maxey, center of the court, 5:13 on the clock. Knicks lead 94-89. Maxey stops his dribble, little pitch and catch with Embiid. Maxey has it back, a mismatch with Hartenstein, steps back to a left side 3 off the front of the rim. Brunson pulls the rebound away from Hart and is fouled in the backcourt by Nico Batum, the second against the 76ers.
As we officially are about to cross the 5-minute mark and enter what is known as clutch time in the NBA. The Sixers are 18-18 in clutch, and the Knicks are 17-16.
4:55 to go. We are in that time. 94-89. Brunson patiently dribbling with the right hand. Now brings it right side of the arc. Picked up on a switch by Maxey. Step back, 3-pointer off the side of the rim. Embiid taps the rebound to Lowry. Here come the Sixers. They trail by 5. Lowry, center of the court, keeps penetrating, and now backs it out on the left wing. Anunoby guarding Lowry. Lowry resetting the Sixers offense. Circles towards the foul line in the paint. Step back, pump fake. Kicks it into the left wing for Harris. 5 seconds to shoot. Now it's Embiid with 3 seconds to shoot from the left side. Flips it up. A foul against Hartenstein. The basket is good, and a chance at a three-point play for Joel Embiid.
That play is insane. Joel Embiid has just been such a force tonight. Isaiah Hartenstein is as close to Joel Embiid as he could possibly be. And you got to give the big fella credit on that one for getting that shot up and drawing that foul.
Joel Embiid hobbling with the injured left knee throughout the night. 33 points and 10 rebounds, trying to finish this three-point play with 4:21 to go in the fourth. 94-91 Knicks. Free throw is good. The Knicks lead is 2. More full court pressure for the 76ers. It's Brunson bringing it up, guarded by Batum. About a step or two off of him. Brunson dribbling with the right hand on the right side of the arc. Now centers. It's a screen from Hart, picked up now by Harris. Crossover dribble in the paint. Brunson, a pump fake, flips it up, off target. Embiid taps the rebound, tries to save it, and does, into the hands of Maxey. Less than 4 minutes to play. Sixers with the ball down 2. Here's Maxey, center of the court, waiting for Embiid. Now he drives on McBride. Scoop shot is good off the glass, and we are tied at 94 with 3:49 to play, and Tom Thibodeau calls timeout.
This game has been physical, partner. In the last possession, I understand the Knicks' frustration, but as we are now less than 4 minutes into this ball game being decided and it is tied, I hope they decide what is the appropriate amount of energy to spend dealing with officials versus them getting into this ball game, their heads both mentally and on both sides of the floor.
That last bucket by Tyrese Maxey, giving him 10 points here in the fourth quarter. He had 20 in the first half, didn't score in the third, but Maxey, for the second time in 2 games this series, with a 30-point performance. So it's the Knicks ball, 3:49 to go in the fourth quarter, tied at 94. And Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, 21 points apiece to lead the scoring for the Knicks so far this evening.
You mentioned Tyrese Maxey with that last basket in clutch time this year. He's shot 35% from the field and 30% from the three-point line.
Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. Tom Thibodeau sticking with the same group out of that timeout. That includes Deuce McBride with Brunson and Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Knicks have 2 timeouts remaining. Philadelphia has 3. The Knicks have 1 foul to give, and the Sixers have 2 fouls to give. More full court pressure for Philly. Inbound to Brunson. Batum runs with him in the backcourt. 3:45 to go. Tie game. Brunson brings it up right side with the right-handed dribble. Waves off a Hartenstein screen. Brunson, in and out dribble, brings it to the foul line. Bounce pass, baseline. Hartenstein's floater is good.
The two-man game between Brunson and Hartenstein has been really effective from multiple angles. That time, Hartenstein with the floater along the baseline.
All 14 of Hartenstein's points after halftime. Knicks by 2. Behind the back pass from Embiid, and a collision with Embiid and Deuce McBride, and McBride is called for this foul.
I gotta say, I find this somewhat hysterical. The 6'3" on a generous day, Deuce McBride taking out a 7-footer like this, really?
Embiid threw the pass and was setting a screen, and McBride tried to run right through the screen, and Embiid drew the foul. So that was the Knicks' last foul to give. Philly inbounds front court to Embiid. 3:19 on the clock. Embiid hands it to Maxey. Anunoby chasing him down. Maxey behind the back. Embiid left wing. Good closeout by Hartenstein. Now he fires the 3. It's off target, but Harris grabs the offensive rebound. In traffic, kicks it out. Lowry fakes the 3. Right corner, Batum for 3. That's no good. Too strong. Lowry offensive rebound, and a foul is called against the Knicks.
A couple of fouls back-to-back picked up by Deuce McBride. Now, fortunately, not worried about foul trouble with just 3:01 left to go in this ball game, but you certainly would like to see the Knicks gather a possession as opposed to committing fouls.
And the Knicks, with that foul, are in the penalty. So Kyle Lowry goes to the line, 96-94. Knicks up by 2, 3:01 to play. First free throw is no good off the back of the rim as Dante DiVincenzo replaces Deuce McBride with 3:01 to go. So in game 1, it was McBride out there for crunch time. Game 2, it's DiVincenzo. Knicks with their starting 5 on the floor. One more free throw coming for Lowry. That's good, and the Knicks lead is 1. More full court pressure. Hart needs some help. Hartenstein provides it, gives it back to Hart. We're less than 3 minutes to go in game 2. 96-95 Knicks, ball in the hands of Brunson. Waving off the Hartenstein screen, Brunson guarded by Harris, 10 seconds to shoot. Between the legs a couple of times. Now behind the back, working from the paint. Step back, right side fall away, in and out. Rebound tapped into the hands of DiVincenzo, and he is fouled going after the offensive board.
So much happening on one possession. Jalen Brunson, we've seen him knock down that fadeaway jumper over taller defenders time and time again, and that one in and out in the rim, but the Knicks continuing to keep pressure on the glass, create an opportunity.
5th foul against Kyle Lowry, and Nick Nurse is going to challenge it. With 2:37 to go in the 4th, Philadelphia calls timeout. They'll take a look at this to see if the call stands.
Philadelphia coaches challenge. They're challenging the defensive foul called on the floor.
This could be a big one. It would give the Sixers possession of the, well, I'm actually not sure if it would give them, well, no, yes, because Joel Embiid had this basketball after it was loose.
You know, we're watching the replay on Garden Vision right now, and yes, Lowry seems to touch the ball with his left hand, but his right hand seems to be on the shoulder, grabbing the shoulder of Dante DiVincenzo.
As we watch this replay, yes, this should be a relatively quickly solved challenge, or decided challenge, I should say.
But you're right, the ball did pop into the hands of Embiid, so if they overturn this call, it would likely be Philadelphia possession. Our crew chief, John Goebel, along with Courtney Kirkland, taking a long look at this. 2:37 to go in the 4th quarter. The Knicks have 2 timeouts remaining. As of right now, Philadelphia has 1 timeout left.
After the rebound, Lowry makes contact with the ball, which causes the ball to come loose. Therefore, there is no foul in the play. At the time of the whistle, there was imminent possession by Embiid. Therefore, it will be Philadelphia's basketball. Philadelphia retains their timeout.
Wow. So a successful challenge for Nick Nurse at a crucial time in this game. Philadelphia takes possession of the basketball with 2:37 to go, and the Knicks leading 96-95.
That explanation, all right, Lowry gets the basketball first, if you say so.
So Philadelphia has a challenge remaining, and they get that timeout back, so they also have 2 timeouts remaining.
The Knicks still have a challenge remaining as well.
Each team with 1 challenge and 2 timeouts. Knicks are in the penalty. The Sixers have 2 fouls to give at this moment. 2:37 to go, 96-95 Knicks. Sixers ball, Maxey trots it across the timeline where he's picked up by Anunoby. Brings it left side around the Embiid screen. Stops, gives it to Embiid, top of the key. Maxey gets it right back, circling. Pull-up 17-foot fall away is good. Philly back on top, 97-96 with 2:20 to play.
Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid working in concert as Embiid now has 5 assists and Maxey has 32 points.
Brunson's got to get this across the timeline, does with 1 second to spare. Guarded loosely by Batum. Brunson brings it right wing. Batum runs with him. Brunson still with the left-handed dribble. Shot clock under 10. Brunson backs it out, in and out dribble from the right side, floats it up over Harris, comes up short. Brunson fighting for the rebound. Harris takes it. Here comes Maxey in the front court, driving, loses the ball, out of bounds. It slipped out of his hands. Knicks get it back. 1:51 to go, down by 1.
What a heads-up play defensively by Josh Hart. Doesn't reach, remains sound, and Maxey loses the ball on his own.
So Brunson again calmly advancing it into the front court. Brunson's got to get this across the timeline. He just did, barely. Right side of the arc, crowd rises to its feet at Madison Square Garden. Cross court, Hart, another 3-pointer off the front of the rim. Long rebound into the hands of Maxey. 1:30 to go. Philly the ball and a 1-point lead.
Both teams fighting through fatigue.
Maxey just inside the midcourt line. Hart guards him. A step off now. Maxey between the legs a couple times. Brings it left side around the Embiid screen. Still with the dribble. Behind the back. Maxey to Embiid. Top of the arc. Embiid driving on Hartenstein. Kicks it up top. Maxey. Deep three straight on is good. Philly leads 100-96 with 1:09 to go. And the Knicks call timeout.
Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. The handoff again becomes a threat. Embiid giving it to Maxey. Maxey going to the right side again, but off the dribble. 15 points in this fourth quarter for Tyrese Maxey, a total of 35 in this ball game.
So Tom Thibodeau uses one of his 2 remaining timeouts with 1:09 to go. Knicks now trailing 100-96. Plenty of time to go. If you're the Knicks offensively, what do you want to see this trip down the court?
You want to get a quality shot, and it's such a fine line, Pat. Jalen Brunson is terrific over the course of this season, but tonight he has struggled. The last 2 looks were good looks. He's just unable to get them going down. Dante DiVincenzo has had a solid night as far as shooting the basketball. Josh Hart, if he's left wide open, again, you've got to go ahead and shoot the ball with confidence, and everybody's got to get to the glass.
Josh Hart with 4 more three-pointers tonight, but they all came in the first half. He was 4 for 5 in the first half, 0 for 2 from downtown since. Joel Embiid, 34 points, and Tyrese Maxey, 35. They're both on the floor, along with Kyle Lowry, Nico Batum, and Tobias Harris. For the Knicks, it's their starting 5. DiVincenzo, Anunoby, Hart, Hartenstein, and Brunson. Knicks will inbound, front court, right-hand side. Brunson will throw it in. Hartenstein is lined up 10 feet straight away in front of Brunson. Behind him in a stack is DiVincenzo. Hartenstein goes to set a screen inbound into the hands of Hart. Brunson gets it back. 1:05 to go. Knicks down 4. Brunson crosses over, flips it up inside the paint off the back of the rim. Hartenstein pulls the offensive rebound. Bounce pass out to Hart. DiVincenzo whips it around to Anunoby, left side of the arc. Final minute, Anunoby is fouled on the floor by Kyle Lowry with 56.5 seconds to go, and that was Philadelphia's foul to give.
There's a couple of things happening. It looks like Nick Nurse is going to challenge this.
Well, he called timeout.
He signaled challenge, but is it just a timeout or is it also a challenge?
Well, the green lantern that would indicate an official challenge is not on at this moment. It is a timeout for Philadelphia, and there is the green lantern, so you're right. He's challenging this again. So for the second time in the latter stages of this fourth quarter, Nick Nurse is challenging a foul called against Kyle Lowry.
He's arguing that OG Anunoby hooks with his off arm as he tries to attack the paint with his right hand.
While they take a look at that, let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Join longtime NBA player Eddie Johnson and Justin Termini on NBA Today for the best basketball talk every weekday afternoon from 4 to 7 Eastern on Sirius XM NBA Radio, Channel 86.
Pat O'Keefe and Monica McNutt with you. Game 2 of this first round series from Madison Square Garden. And once again, we've got a good one. 56.5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Philadelphia leads the Knicks 100-96. They are reviewing the last foul called against Kyle Lowry, a reach-in against OG Anunoby, which would be Lowry's 5th if the call stands.
Now, this isn't quite as clear as the last challenge that Kyle Lowry was involved in terms of possession.
The last challenge, which was also in response to a foul called on Kyle Lowry, was overturned. It was a successful challenge, which has allowed Nick Nurse to utilize this one. And that was a crucial overturn at the time. The Knicks had the lead, and it gave possession back to Philadelphia.
This one would be even bigger. The Knicks would likely lose possession of this basketball in the foul.
After review, the initial reach-in by Lowry with his left arm impedes Anunoby's progress. The foul on the floor stands. The challenge is unsuccessful.
So Nick Nurse 1-1 on his challenges tonight, and you're right, that would have been a huge overturned if it went that way for the Knicks, but the Knicks have the ball in the front court. They did have that foul to give. For Kyle Lowry, it's his 5th personal foul. But it was Philly's first in the last 2 minutes. 57.1 seconds remaining. 100-96, the 76ers with a 4-point lead. Brunson will inbound front court, left side, adjacent to the 76ers bench. Looking, finds Hartenstein, it's in his hands now. Hands it to DiVincenzo, back to Anunoby. Brunson pops out, right corner, pump fake, step back, three-pointer, comes up short. Hartenstein taps the rebound out, it's taken by Lowry, and there's a foul called against DiVincenzo.
It's been a really tough night for Jalen Brunson. Aside from that, away from the ball, it looked like Joel Embiid had his arms up around Isaiah Hartenstein's neck. The Knicks have hit a little bit of a drought in these last 3 minutes. It's just a tough time for that to happen.
So Lowry walks from one end of the floor to the other, and he'll get 2 free throws. 33 minutes tonight for Kyle Lowry. He's 1 for 2 from the line and has 7 points. 47.3 seconds on the clock. Knicks trail by 4. Lowry, the 18th-year veteran, hits the first. It's a 5-point game.
Just pesky. Been in the right place at the right time, making key plays and stops. This is why Kyle Lowry was brought to Philadelphia.
Traded from Miami to Charlotte. They bought out his contract. Philadelphia signed him as a free agent February 13th. Misses the second free throw. Brunson grabs the rebound and hurries it up court. Knicks are down by 5. Brunson still with the dribble. Stops in the dotted circle. Little pitch and catch with Hart. Now Brunson, left side of the arc, tries to split the defense. Lowry knocks it away. Loose ball picked up by DiVincenzo. Circling at the top of the arc, into the corner. Brunson, pump fake, three-pointer, left side, front rim, gets the roll! Three-pointer is good. It's a 2-point game. Knicks down 2 with 27 seconds to go. Inbound is knocked away by Maxey, gets the ball back, falls to the floor, stolen by Hart. DiVincenzo three-pointer, no good. Hartenstein, the offensive rebound, he kicks it out to Anunoby. DiVincenzo again, knocks it down! Knicks lead! 13 seconds to go! Timeout, Philadelphia!
This is unreal. You talk about a team that refuses to quit and has been saying since the last dozen games of the regular season, as loud and proudly as anyone who will listen, we will find a way. Jalen Brunson has had a flat-out terrible basketball game, but knocks down a 3 to make it a one-possession ball game. The scramble, the rebound, and Dante DiVincenzo, who set a new Knick high in three-pointers made, adds one more in this postseason. Oh my God.
The Knicks were down 101-96 with 30 seconds to go. Brunson, the friendly roll on the three-pointer from the corner, and then the Knicks fighting time and time again for the inbound, finally come away with the steal, and DiVincenzo knocks down the go-ahead three-pointer with 13.1 seconds to go. Knicks leading 102-101.
My chest is thumping. My heart is beating out of my chest.
Hartenstein ripped the rebound away, tossed it to Anunoby as he was falling to the floor, who immediately passed to DiVincenzo up top, and he stepped into it and knocked down the three-pointer to put the Knicks up by 1.
Incredible. Now, having said all that, partner, there's still 13.1 seconds to go, and it's just a one-point ball game.
Knicks are over the limit. Philadelphia is in the bonus. Deuce McBride is trying to check into the game, and he does for Jalen Brunson. Philly will inbound in the front court right side. The 76ers are out of timeouts. The Knicks have 1 remaining. Batum will inbound, front court, right side, adjacent to the Knicks bench.
You got to dump all that energy and play sound, smart defense.
Here we go. Batum inbounding in the front court. They throw it into the backcourt for Maxey, who has a runway. Quickly into the front court, down the lane. Maxey blocked by Hartenstein. Grabbed by Anunoby. He's fouled with 6.6 seconds to go. Hartenstein playing to the crowd right now. A huge defensive play by the Knicks center.
Isaiah Hartenstein's possibly the biggest game of his career to date. 14 points, 8 rebounds. That block would be huge. We had talked about the drought that the Knicks were on prior to hitting those 2 big threes. It was the bucket that Isaiah Hartenstein hit with 3:32 to go was the last time they had scored.
Anunoby to the line. First time tonight, first free throw is good. Puts the Knicks up by 2 with 6.6 seconds to go. Again, Philly has no timeouts, so they've got to go after this shot regardless of what happens. This one to make it a 3-point Knicks lead. Anunoby knocks it down. Philly quick inbound to Maxey. They need a 3 to tie. Maxey into the front court. 3 seconds to go. Maxey, step back, right side. Embiid fires the 3. No good! Knicks win game 2. Knicks win 104-101.
What an incredible performance. What an incredible performance by the New York Knicks. On a night where Jalen Brunson probably felt like he could not buy a basket and still finishes with 24 points. He hits the biggest 3 or second biggest 3 behind his Villanova teammate Dante DiVincenzo. Isaiah Hartenstein with rebounds and blocks late. OG Anunoby with free throws. This team continues to preach profoundly and demonstrate. Walk the walk, not just talk the talk. They find a way.
I'm not sure what just happened because the Knicks were trailing by 5 with 30 seconds to go in this game. They finished the game on an 8-0 run to win 104-101. And we are joined outside the Knicks locker room by one of the stars of this game, Isaiah Hartenstein, the...
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you